test. Test, test. How would you say that?
You know a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get the full rocket?
Need help? Yeah, it's on the laptop. We don't have 2 chairs though?
I'll prep the night. No, it's okay. Oh, you told me at like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you should, yeah, I was going to put it on that chair. You want to put it on that chair though? Yeah, I know. Go for it. Figure out how to put it on nicely. Boy, this kid probably is like, he's a little better than me, and it's like, you know, I just feel like shit because I'm in the gym. Now you're the shit. Like, I know I'm not going to be the most famous. Yeah, exactly. I am in New York. Trust me, I know. I say it as a joke. Like, he's going to play by play up here. I've never been a play-by-play guy. Never will. I have. I've done it at school. Even for basketball, it's my favorite sport. I'd rather watch, and I feel like old paper just fell. It's 2 top sheets right there. That's clearly. I got it. You definitely called
Yeah, no, the last couple summers I've been out.
I'll take 1, 2, 3, you take 4, 5, 6. Like, someone's gonna get one last one. Figure it out. Baseball's not like as quickly paced.
was Crimson Wave by Taco Cat, and before that you heard Just a Clown by Primer. I am going to go outside and enjoy the sun because I can, and I hope you guys do the same thing, because coming up we got DJ Mike on the mic, but we also have, no, we don't. We have a sport coming up. What sport? We have baseball. Sport ball. But before we have baseball, we got new music by the Black Keys. It's a good song. You should listen to it. I really like it. Vomit Face. But right now we got It Should Have Been Fun by Pip Blum. Enjoy those tunes and enjoy that baseball and enjoy the nice day outside. Goodbye.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Okay, so we're going to start the pregame a little early if that works for you guys.
A little early?
Yeah, there's a song that ends at 3:48, so then I'll play like the Sports Open or whatever, and then I'll hear you guys. So probably start around like 3:48:30 or so. Does that work?
Alright.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, that should go on.
I don't know what, Rocco, who are you with?
I'm with Blake Katzman.
Okay, I was just curious who was doing the game. Okay, sounds good.
Hey, just to let you know, we hear a little, I hear like a little echo. Yeah, there's a little echo here. Coming into the studio.
It's not coming into the studio, don't worry.
Alright.
It could just be your, I'm not sure. It's probably one of the knobs. I'm sure Chris will fix it. We'll adjust those if as need be.
That listening to VIC radio once a day keeps the doctor away. With these fresh Indian...
Okay, this is the last song before they open, and you guys going on, okay? It's like a 3-minute song. What?
Yeah.
First with them, fire sign to blow. She cackles with an effervescent glow. Fingers slip and grip around her throat.
I assume if you're in the same place as last year, you're kind of in a wind tunnel. Correct. Guys, got about a minute until I put the open, and then I'll count you down from there. Guys, got about 20, a little over 20 seconds.
The following is a special presentation of VICradio.org and the Bombers Radio Network. In conjunction with the Ithaca College Athletics Department, this is Bombers Sports on the voice of Ithaca College, VIC Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 60 degrees and sunny here in Ithaca, New York. For a perfect day of baseball, we welcome you for the first time this season live from Freeman Field. This is the Bombers Baseball on VIC Radio as we're getting set to watch Ithaca go head-to-head against Hamilton for the first time in 24 years. Hello everyone, it's great to have you with us. I'm Rocco Di Milo alongside Blake Katzman. And Blake, 19 games into the season, and the Bombers are playing some good, promising baseball.
It's great to be calling this game with you too, Rocco, but speaking of the spring weather, there's always allergies in the air, but hopefully there's none to hitting any home runs today in this field. The Bombers on a roll, winning their last 3 or 4 games, are looking to add win number 15 today at home.
And as I mentioned, this is the first time in 24 years these two teams are going at it. Last time was May 1st, 1998, here in Ithaca, New York. The Bombers took it 10-6. Overall, the Bombers are 7-1 against Hamilton, currently on a 2-game winning streak. And the only time they lost against Hamilton was back on May 3rd, 1996, here in Ithaca. They lost 7-4, and that was their only loss against Hamilton. The first time these two teams met, May 23rd, 1955, on the road in Clinton, New York, where the Bombers took it 11-0. And adding number 15 to the record is the agenda today for the Bombers as we look at their last game for win number 14 against Liberty League opponent St. Lawrence. 9-3 on the road in Canton, New York, improving their conference record to 3-2. Matt Fabian was the one leading the way there. Blake.
Oh yeah, Rocco. Matt Fabian had a great game for the Bombers with 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 hits, and 1 RBI. The pitching for Ithaca also shined as starter Carl Lehner notched the win by only allowing 4 hits, 3 runs, and had 7 strikeouts against 26 batters. As Landy Reeves got the save, only allowing 2 hits and not a single run against 11 batters.
And while the Bombers are coming off a win 3 of their last 4, as you mentioned, Blake, Hamilton, on the other hand, are entering this game with a win as well, but it was only their first win of their last 4. They defeated Middlebury College in their second series of their doubleheader this past Saturday.
Oh yeah, Phil Bernstein led the way for the Continentals last game with 2 runs and 1 RBI for 4 at-bats for their win. He's looking to provide a spark again to Hamilton's offense and looking to get this win against the Bombers.
Now, if we look at a couple key players here for both Hamilton and Ithaca, we'll start with Ithaca. We're looking at number 29, Buzz Shirley, with a .439 batting average, 66 at-bats, recording 20 runs, 29 hits on the season. And then you look at number 6, Gil Murad, with a .388 average, playing and starting in 19 games for the Bombers this season. 67 at-bats for 13 runs, 26 hits. And then you look at, as we mentioned before, number 30, Matt Fabian, .375 batting average, 15 for 15 in terms of games played and started, 56 at-bats, 16 runs, and 21 hits. Some good stats there, Blake.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Rocco. But if we're talking about Hamilton's offense, there's one guy that really sticks out to me. He's not only in the offensive end, but he's on the defensive end. As a huge player for Hamilton, they have their own little Shohei Ohtani and Jackson Sattinger. As a starting pitcher, he's got to be locked in defensively and get those strikeouts, but he's got to get some of those hits on his own and get them on the board, as Hamilton needs a much-needed win to get them above 500.
And if we look at the pitcher now, the starting pitcher tonight for Ithaca, they're changing a couple things around. It's going to be number 11, Garrett Bell, with a 7.71 earned run average. He's currently posting an undefeated record of 3-0 with 6 appearances on the mound. You know, this is going to be a big test for Bell coming into this match, considering this is his first start. You want to ask yourself, is Bell ready for a moment like this where he's going to get to start the game, where he's going to get the game going? He's going to have the first pitch of the game for the first time this season. Usually he just comes in midway through the game, but now, today, Coach Valicente is really putting some extra faith into him, and he's saying, you're going to have this starting role, and that's going to be kind of interesting to see how things kind of end up and how he'll respond to it. That's going to be definitely very interesting to see what he's going to be doing, how his mindset has shifted, and, you can only imagine what he's done to earn this starting role today.
Absolutely agree with you, Rocco. He's got to shake off them butterflies. He's got to pitch a great game today. That's what I absolutely agree with you too, man.
You look at all these great players, and nonetheless, while both teams are looking to extend their winning streak, the Continentals are looking to upset the Bombers for the first time since 1996. Will the Bombers' gameplay reflect off of their history, or the Continentals stay above 500? It's Hamilton, it's Ithaca, it's next.
When the red flashing lights on a school bus come on and the stop sign comes out, you must stop. In New York State, you cannot move again until the red flashing lights go off and the stop sign is retracted, or until the driver or a traffic officer signals it is okay to pass. You must stop even on the opposite side of a divided highway. If you decide it's okay to risk a child's life and pass a stopped school bus, you could face fines or even have your license revoked. Is it really worth it? Always obey the school bus stopping law in your state.
Ready to open up a Jar Jam? If you want to listen to new and rising artists in the jam band scene, along with some classic jams, then join me, DJ Baloo, every Sunday from 9 to 10 for Jar Jam, where we'll be diving into the best tunes the jam band scene has to offer. Get ready to jam out on VIC Radio.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
Attention listeners, the Rock and Roll Revolution will air on VICC from 8 to 10 on Thursday nights. The Radio Revolution is in.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
DJ Double G incoming with the Rock Radio Revolution Thursday night from 8 to 10. Talk the Rock Revolution on our segment Rock and Talk, where I speak to the people. Bringing new rock music this season from rap rock like Beastie Boys, glam rock like Queen and Bowie, from Ithaca College in Ithaca, New York, right here on VIC Radio.
La la la. I love to ride my bike so I can feel the wind through my hair.
Hey kid, wear a helmet!
No, wait, Grandpa, because then I'm looking...
Okay, so after Anthem, I'll play like one more promo or PSA, and I'm going to play the sports bed music and come back to you guys.
The majority of bicycle deaths are due to head...
Actually, I'll come back with the bed now, because there's a few seconds left in this, so I'll count you guys down.
Wear a helmet.
Okay, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon and welcome to Freeman Field. We're live from the South Hill in Ithaca, New York. We got Ithaca College Bombers baseball as they take on Hamilton College here in their home opener in 2022. I'm Max Stanzer, joined alongside Cameron Gasmer. And Cameron, we got a good one today. A beautiful day for baseball. A little bit of wind blowing out towards left field. So if you're driving on Danby Road as we speak, you better watch out. But before we get things started here, let's take a look at the starting lineup for Hamilton College as we're just about ready to say play ball. Announced by head coach Tim Byers for the Continentals. In his 15th year, will be Phil Bernstein leading off in center field, followed by Ethan Harris at shortstop. Brady Slinger, the left fielder, will bat third. Jackson Sattinger, your pitcher, will clean up and bat fourth. Greg Kopp, the catcher, will hit fifth. Gavin Schaeferwood, the first baseman, will hit sixth. Matt Keene, the second baseman, seventh. Adam Wijaya, the third baseman, eighth. And Jack Eshelman will round out the nine in right field. On the bump for the Bombers, making his first start of the year, will be hard-throwing right-hander Garrett Bell, standing at 6 feet tall, 202 pounds, a junior this season. Made 4 starts last season, Cam, and 13 overall appearances. We're getting start number 1 today, coming in with a 7.71 ERA, 9 strikeouts to 4 walks, and 9 1/3 of an inning's work. Here's Phil Bernstein to lead it off. We're ready to say play ball. Bell winds and fires. First pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle. Shortstop in Peterson ranges to his left. He'll toss across in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and we are underway.
Quick one pitch there, 1 out. Great way to start the day for the Bombers.
No doubt about it. Ethan Harris will be due up now with 1 down. Let's take a look at that Ithaca College defense tonight. In left field will be Louis Fabo, Mike Nada in center, Matt Fabian in right field, Ethan Rothstein, the third baseman, Connor Peterson and Riley Brody up the middle, Buzz Shirley at first base, and Gil Murad, catching his 20th game of the year, will be behind the plate. Bell's first pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So just getting underway, scoreless, top of the first inning, 1 down. Harris hitting .420, a homer, 13 RBIs this year as he swings and grounds this one fouled on the first base side. Strike 1, 1-1.
And as you said, Max, there, and you're a little bit of open to the game there, the wind is blowing. We're up here on the roof right behind the football field, actually, and as you said, the flag is blowing out to left field, so it's a big day for those right-handed batters. We expect to see some fly balls hit out there pretty much throughout the entire game.
Harris, the right-handed hitter, he awaits the next offering. It's a breaking ball. It just misses a bit inside, front door pitch, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And both of these teams have gotten into a couple balls this year. Ithaca with 11 home runs this season, 9 for the opposers. There's a swing and a soft ground ball back to the pitcher, and Bell. He picks it up. Hat flies off in the wind. He'll shorten up and toss to the first baseman, Shirley, in time for out number 2. So just a handful of pitches, 2 up, 2 down. That's going to be a 1-3 put out as Brady Slinger, the hot-hitting left fielder, comes to the plate. And Cam, first thing I'm noticing right out of the gate, very aggressive against Bell so far.
Absolutely. That pitch looked like an inside fastball. It kind of jammed Hersat right there, and he was able to fire it off, but it was a kind of a lazy ground ball there to the pitcher.
Bell's first offering on the way, showing bunt is Slinger, bunts it foul straight back, strike 1. 0-1. The Ithaca defense, Ethan Rothstein at third base, playing back behind the bag, a couple steps towards the shortstop side. Shortstop Peterson a couple steps up the middle as well, so trying to take advantage of that shifted defense is Slinger. Bell set, winds and fires. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a pop-up left side, slicing out of play, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Slinger off to a hot start, hitting .364, a homer and 15 RBIs. And Hamilton's last game against Middlebury was 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI as well. Open stance from the left side, he awaits. Bell holding the glove in right in front of his face as he comes set. Turns, kicks, tosses, the 0-2, breaking ball down to the dirt, rolls to the backstop for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Just about 60 degrees at first pitch.
Again, Ithaca was supposed to have their home opener against Elmira last week, but that was postponed. So the 1-2 is a breaking ball buried in the dirt, smothered by Murad. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hamilton has had their fair share of postponements as well. 4 for them this year compared to Ithaca's 3. Bell working quickly, winds and fires the 2-2, swinging a fly ball left field. Lewis Fabo ranging towards his right, towards the track. He'll reach up with 2 hands to make the catch to retire the side. Fantastic start for Garrett Bell. Sets down the side in order 1, 2, 3. Really good stuff from him right there, Cam.
Absolutely, and that was, again, as we said before, the wind blowing out to left field. Kind of a fly ball that was a little bit deeper. As we said, the wind's blowing out there, but a nice catch there by Lewis Fabo to put it away. As you said, 1, 2, 3, and Garrett Bell's looking phenomenal out here.
Yeah, and again, they continue to go with that very aggressive approach, talking about this Continental's offense. Bell was a guy that was used in late innings last year by Dave Valicente. Now he's getting the start, made 4 starts last year, as we mentioned just a couple of moments ago. So this is a test right here. Again, a non-league game. Got to imagine Dave Valicente maybe trying to give Bell the chance to get deeper into this ball game. He went over 5+ innings twice last year. And if he could get deep into this ball game, maybe he is an option as a starting pitcher for Dave Valicente's Bombers moving forward.
Yeah, that's right, Max. And this is Valicente's kind of second year. I would count it as his first year as coach after taking over for his father, the legendary George Valicente. But again, I think it's going to leave it up to Bell there. I think he's going to go a decent amount into this game. We'll see probably 6, 7, maybe 8 innings from Bell. So we'll have to see, but Bell's looking very strong out the gate.
No doubt about it. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Bombers tonight, announced by head coach Dave Valicente. Leading off in center field will be Mike Nada, followed by Lewis Fabo in left field. Buzz Shirley will bat third at first base. Gil Murad, the hot-hitting catcher, will clean up, batting fourth. Matt Fabian, the right fielder, will hit behind him in the 5 spot. Nicholas Kutaya, the freshman, DHing, will bat 6. Another first-year student, Connor Peterson, will bat 7th at shortstop. Ethan Rothstein, the third baseman, will hit 8th. And Riley Barati will round out the 9 at second base. On the mound for Hamilton will be the southpaw Jackson Sattinger. This will be his 4th outing of the year. 11 innings pitched thus far. Struck out 23 batters to just 5 walks in that span, hoisting a 1.64 ERA. Just allowed 6 hits through 11 innings of work as well. So this is going to be a tough task for the Bombers today.
Absolutely. They got to jump on the board as one of my keys to the game. The Bombers have got to jump on them very early if they want to score early and win this game eventually.
No doubt about that. Taking a look at your dimensions here at Freeman Field. A big ballpark, Cam. 334 down the left field line, 358 to left center. And then there's a little bit more of a jet out towards left center, but closer to straightaway center, where it's 405, 400 to straightaway center, 405 to 353 in right center. And then down the right field line, you got 334 as well. But again, both of these teams have showed off some pop, including Slinger on that last fly out to left field that took Lewis Fabo just a couple steps in front of the track. Let's take a look at that Hamilton defense as well. Left to right in the outfield will be Brady Slinger, Phil Bernstein, and Jack Eshelman. At third base, Adam Lajaya will play the hot corner. Ethan Harris and Matt Keene will be up the middle. Kevin Schaefer-Hood will man first base, and Greg Kopp will be your catcher. So the left-handed hitting Mike Nada steps into the dish as the Bombers are ready to swing the bat for the first time at home here in 2022. Sattinger from the line, set at the chest, twists and fires. His first pitch on the way is a fastball taken on the inside corner for strike 1, 0-1. Nada hitting .314 this year, 5 RBIs with a double. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored against St. Lawrence in the latter game of that 3-game set on Sunday. Here's the 0-1 offering on the way. Fastball, misses upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, one thing that I was always told when I played back in high school, the best pitch in baseball is a first pitch fastball, and to always take advantage of it if you can. That was one, I think, missed opportunity that the Bombers had to take advantage.
1-1 offering on the way. Fastball over the heart of the plate, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 3 straight heaters to start things off against Nada. We'll see if Sattinger tries to mix in a breaking ball. Tall left-hander. Climbs the top of the hill. Twists and tosses, the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a foul straight back. Looked like Nada was a little bit out in front of that one right there. Count will hold at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like Sattinger putting a wrinkle in that one right there.
Yeah, that pitch looked a little bit outside as you saw him reach for it. It fouled it back. All you can do with that pitch is either not swing, take it, or drive it to left field.
Sattinger stares into his backstop. In cup. Long look in now. Nada holds his hand up. He'll call time. So we saw the pace with Garrett Bell in the top of the first inning, working very quickly and efficiently. It seems things have slowed down here with Sattinger just a bit, but just 1 hitter. Lewis Fabo, the right-handed hitting left fielder, on deck. Lefty on left is Sattinger, the southpaw. Comes set from the first base side, again scoreless. Bottom of the first inning, just getting underway here at Freeman Field. 1-2 delivery. Fastball rises upstairs, ball 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cam, this Hamilton team, in terms of their pitching, has been very stout this year. 4.19 team ERA. Opponents hitting .251 against them, averaging just about 3 walks per game. So the 2-2 to Nada is swung on its slash foul off the netting behind home plate. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So quality at bat to start things off here for the Bombers. Trying to get into that Hamilton bullpen as early as they can, but again, Sattinger's going to be a tough task for them tonight. Nada back foot on the chalk, very back edge of the left-hander's batter's box. The 2-2 delivery, swinging a ground ball to short, fielded by Harris. Fields it cleanly, throws to first base just in time to retire Nada by a step for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down here for Sattinger as they'll bring up Luis Fabo to the plate.
One thing I liked about Mike Nada's approach to the plate right there was going after a pitch he liked and taking the outside pitch the other way. He's a left-handed batter, but he runs out every single play, as we saw. He beat it just by a step, and just by a step. And that one thing that the Bombers do take advantage of is hustling out every.
So here's Luis Fabo, lefty on right. Sattinger winds and tosses first pitch, swing and a foul straight back. Count moves to no balls and 1 strike. It'll be Shirley, then Murad if they can get that far. A little bit of cloud coverage now as we get into the bottom of the first inning here. Sun was shining bright at first pitch. Sattinger brings his glove together, pauses at the chest, now turns, kicks, and fires. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, misses upstairs, ball 1. 1-1. So Sattinger liking to live that fastball upstairs. Has yet to get an Ithaca batter to chase.
Those upstairs fastballs are very, very tempting to swing at as a hitter. I swung at many in my days playing baseball, striking out and barely hit some, but those are very tempting. But Ithaca's doing so far a good job of laying off those pitches.
Next delivery on the way, fastball misses upstairs again, ball 2. 2-1. So Fabo ahead here. Sattinger working quickly now, turns, kicks, fires 2-1, swinging a pop-up, slicing out of play right side, strike 2. 2-2. So back-to-back 2-strike counts here for Sattinger. Again, got Nada to ground out to shortstop to open things up here in the bottom of the first. Fabo was 0 for 4 with an RBI. Back in the series finale on Sunday. Steps back into the box, taps the plate, carries that silver metal bat over his right shoulder as he awaits. Sattinger stares into his backstop for the side, comes set, fires the 2-2 delivery. King ball just misses a bit outside, maybe a bit upstairs as well. Ball 3. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The Bombers are making him work here. They're laying off pitches that are tough because, again, that high fastball is very tough to lay off of. Bombers doing so far a very good job.
3-2, swing and a pounded ball into the ground down the third base side and foul. Count will hold at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Cam, for a guy like Sattinger on the mound, he does not walk a lot of hitters, just 5 and 11 innings of work compared to 23 strikeouts in that span. So if you're Fabo right here, you're looking for something to drive.
Absolutely, and the whole Bombers team is really, as you said in the beginning, they've got a lot of pop to their bat.
Swing and a line drive center field. That one's going to dunk into center field for a base hit. So the first hit of the night, courtesy of the right-handed bat of Luis Fabo. Bombers have a runner on here with 1 away. Good at bat right there, working a 3-2 count and dumping a single in the center field.
Absolutely, they're making Sattinger work, as you said, Max. And again, back to that pop. Luis Fabo just hit a nice little liner, kind of an easy fly ball there to short center field, able to drop in for a base hit. And that pitch looked a little inside. He was very short to the ball. Overall, really good swing and phenomenal at bat to start this game.
No doubt about it. Well, here's a threatening bat coming to the plate now. The left-handed swinging Buzz Shirley. Lefty on left, Sattinger from the stretch now with Fabo at first. First pitch on the way is just a bit inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Shirley turning his back towards the pitcher's mound. Looked like a front door breaking ball that just missed hitting him. Fabo, decent speed at first base. 3 stolen bases for him on the year. Infield and double play depth. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. 1-1. Shirley hitting .439, a homer, 7 RBIs. The longest tenured Bomber in this starting lineup this evening. Count even out 1. Sattinger from the stretch, lifts and fires the 1-1. Swing and a line drive left side, foul to play onto the street as it rolls onto Danby for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice piece of hitting there to stay alive. Nice piece of contact there. Driving a foul ball to the left side, the left side, and onto the road. I would not want to be a car driving right now, especially with the wind blowing out to the left side. But overall, good piece of contact.
1-2, swing and a high fly ball, shallow left field. Coming in is Slinger. He'll camp underneath this one to make the catch with 2 grabs for out number 2. Treating to first base goes Fabo. F7 for Shirley. So they'll bring up Gilmore Rod with 2 down. 2 outs, 1 on. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless. just got underway just about 10 minutes ago here at Freeman Field, the home opener, as the Bombers take on Hamilton College here in this non-conference matchup. So lefty, right, left, right goes the first four in the Bombers lineup. Here's Gil Murad, the catcher. Sattinger fires the first pitch. This is upstairs, ball 1-0.
One thing I liked on that last play on the fly ball to left field was Luis Fabo on first, taking a lead right to the halfway between second base and first base, what you're taught to do in case the ball was dropped by the outfielder.
Sattinger fires, next pitch, swing the line, drive, slicing foul off to the right side, out of play, strike one. 1-1. Bombers team likes to run the base paths. 35 stolen bases for them this year thus far, averaging just about 1.8 per game. Have been caught only 7 times as well. Nada leads the team with 11 stolen bases this year. Here's the 1-1 delivery, swing and a foul straight back. Murad went after a fastball up out of the zone, strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Bombers will have to try their best to lay off that higher fastball. As we saw Murad there kind of swing at one and fouled it right back, but you really got to try and lay off that high fastball.
And as we are in the age of power pitching, that high fastball is a piece of the repertoire that a lot of pitchers have added the last couple years. So the 1-2 is on its way. Breaking ball, swinging a line, drive left field. That one's down for a base hit. Heading for second and getting there standing up is Fabo. So Gil Murad stays hot. A single to left field, first and second, 2 down here for the Bombers as they have something brewing with Matt Fabian coming to the plate.
Really nice piece of hitting there by Murad. He kind of went down to grab that one as I was breaking ball down and in and just kind of pulled it to the left side of the field. Really overall great piece of hitting there. And another great at bat by the Bombers here in the bottom of the first. They have runners on first and second, 1 runner in scoring position.
It's Fabo on second, Murad at first. First pitch on the way to Fabian is a fastball taken up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. So with 2 down, both runners will be going on contact right here. Your arms left to right in the outfield. Slinger, Bernstein, and Eshelman. All infielders playing back with 2 down. Second baseman Keene ranging just a couple steps up the middle as well to hold on. Fabo at second base. Lefty on right, Sattinger fires the 1-0. Fastball sizzles across the inside corner for strike 1. 1-1.
And if I'm Coach Valicente here, I'm telling Matt Fabian right here to find an outside pitch, poke it to right to score that run from second.
Fabo runs well, as we mentioned earlier. Here's the 1-1 from Sattinger. Fastball, strike at the knees, inside corner as well. Strike 2. 1-2. Fabian shares some words with the home plate umpire. Looks like he did not like that call. If he can extend the inning, Nicholas Kutaya, the DH, is on deck. Another right-handed hitter. First and second, 2 down. Scoreless. Bottom of the first inning. Bombers threatening here. Sattinger kicks and tosses the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Went after the fastball. Up and out of the zone. Punch out number 1 for Sattinger on the night. Gets him out of a first and second jam. Ready to the top of the second. Scoreless here on Freeman Field. Bombers in Hamilton. We'll be right back after this quick break.
I'm getting a catcher's mitt.
I'm getting ice skate.
Nice job, guys.
I'm getting dying coral reefs.
I'll let you know when we're coming back.
In a severe drought.
Cool box skateboard. I'm getting melted ice caps.
A killer heat wave. A shrinking glacier. I'm getting a devastating flood.
Adults are generous. We're even giving kids global warming. But it's not too late. We can still reduce greenhouse gas pollution. Go to fightglobalwarming.com. Brought to you by Environmental Defense, the Robertson Foundation, and the Ad Council.
This one has like 25 seconds left, and then I'm going to play a quick bet and bring you guys back.
Then taking a trip down the scenic route on VIC Radio. Join us every Friday night at 10 as we explore the best of folk and Americana, stopping at all our classic favorites and discovering a new, unique voices along the way. Sit back and enjoy the view, only on VIC Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Freeman Field, top of the second inning. Scoreless here between Ithaca College and Hamilton College. Got game 1 of just what will be a 1-game series, a non-league game for the Bombers before they get ready for a 3-game weekend series against Bard. Garrett Bell out for his second inning of work after facing the minimum in the top of the first. He'll get 4, 5, and 6 here in the Continentals lineup. Jackson Sattinger, the pitcher, after getting out of a first and second jam, will lead things off. Tall left-hander from the left side. Hitting .327, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Bell fires his first pitch, is swung on and slashed foul down the left field side and out of play. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike.
I like the approach here by Sattinger, swinging at the first pitch and fouling it off. Shows you want to hit the ball and make the fielders work to get that out.
They continue to be very aggressive as Bell fires the 0-1. Fastball, top of the zone, outside corner for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Infield shifting the left-handed hitting Sadinger the pole, the shortstop, and Peterson a couple steps up the middle. Second baseman Brody a couple steps towards the right side as well. Bell well ahead of the count here, 0-2. He fires the pitch, swinging a chopper foul on the first base side. Count holds at 0-2. Went with a breaking ball right there. Sadinger fouled over the top.
The Bombers left 2 runners on in the last inning, the first latter half of the first half of the inning, and that's one thing that I think Coach Valicente is going to have to look for, watch out for going throughout the rest of this game.
Next pitch on the way, breaking ball, swinging another chopper down the first base side, foul to play. Count will hold at 0-2. Bell doubling up with that breaker right there. On deck is Greg Kopp, the catcher. Then it'll be Gavin Schaefer-Hood, the first baseman. Bell holding that glove right in front of his face. He now nods his head in agreement. Here's his 0-2 delivery. Swing and another foul straight back off the netting behind home plate. Count holds at 0-2. Wind continues to blow out hard towards left field. As Bell from the first base side settles, delivers the 0-2. Swing and a line drive left side, slicing out of play again. Count stays at 0-2. And for Bell, struggling to keep that hat on his head right there. We saw him field the comebacker off the bat of Harris in the first inning. The hat flies off. For that pitch, the same thing right there.
Yeah, he's throwing some gas tonight. You know, obviously, the wind is a factor. We're up on the roof here. It's blowing our papers everywhere. But a really good at bat here by Sadinger, making Bell work really for the first time in this ball game to, again, make those fielders work to get that out.
No doubt about it. Breaking ball, backs up and misses up and away ball 1-2. Sadinger digs back into the box. Bell ready. He delivers. Here's the 1-2. Fastball just misses a bit inside, maybe a little high as well. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And as the hat fell off again for Bell, stood there, asked a question to the home plate umpire. Again, really close spot. The catcher, Murad, stuck it there for an extra couple seconds as well. Bell from the first base side one more time. Twists and tosses the 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball in the dirt, smothered by the catcher, Murad. Ball 3. Count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And as you mentioned, Sadinger really working the count here against Bell after a very, very smooth first inning.
Absolutely, and Bell really wanted that last pitch to be called a strike. It was like right down the middle.
3-2, swinging a high fly ball, left center field. Fabo takes a couple steps towards his left, now backs up just about 5 feet in front of the track to make the one-handed grab for out number 1. So 4 consecutive batters retired here for Bell to open up his work tonight. Back-to-back flyouts to Fabo and left as well.
Really strong start here for Bell on the mound, throwing absolute gas. His hat's falling off, as we mentioned a couple of times in that last week, in that last at bat. But overall, really good start, throwing absolute gas. He wanted that one pitch that was very, very close. The umpire did not give it to him. But here's the next batter for Bell to face.
Here's Greg Kopp, the left-handed hitting catcher. He takes a strike on the outside corner, a heater, 0-1 the count. Top of the second inning, still no score. As Kopp digs back into the box, hitting .424, a homer and 8 RBIs. 0-1. Just misses a bit outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Be a 9-inning game today. Again, no doubleheader with 7 innings. As Bell settles on the hill, fires the 1-1. Big swing and a miss on a back foot breaking ball for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's hard to tell from this angle cam, but I believe Bell's mixing in both a curveball and a slider. That one a little bit more depth on it. As he comes set quickly, fires the 1-2 on the way. Swinging a pop-up third base side. Rothstein's going to give it a look. He'll watch it fly out of play. Count holds at 1-2.
Really good approach there by Bell on those last 2 pitches, slowing him down, getting that curveball down the middle, getting him to chase it, and another good block by Morotas. He's blocked at least 3 or 4 pitches already, and then that last pitch was a fastball, kind of right down the pipe, maybe a little up and in, but
1-2, fastball just misses inside. Kopp scoots out of the way. 2-2. I like that sequence right there, Cam. Giving him a couple of breaking balls, then comes back with a fastball up in the zone, then a heater just a bit inside, backing him off the plate.
It's changing those eye levels and changing those speeds to really kind of mess up the hitter's timing.
2-2, breaking ball just misses a bit outside, ball 3. Count now runs full. Moroad, the catcher, hopped out of the crouch, ready to throw to his third baseman, Rothstein, right there to celebrate the strikeout, but he'll have to wait, as it was called ball 3, so now the count is full.
That was another really close pitch. Apparently the umpire behind home plate is not giving Bell any close pitches.
3-2, swinging a comebacker right past the mound, fielded by the shortstop and Peterson as he tosses across to first base for out number 2. 5 up, 5 down. Peterson getting some early action tonight. Again, a comebacker right back to the mound. Bell leapt up in the air to try and grab that one, but Peterson was right there to back him up.
Absolutely, and kind of like bit of athleticism there, trying to field his own. At least I did when I used to pitch. But again, you got the shortstop there. Let him take the easy play to first.
Here's Galvin Schaeferhood. First pitch on the way. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Schaeferhood, another lefty in this Hamilton lineup. And again, the Bombers shifting him to pull just slightly. Second time we've seen a Hamilton back trying to bunt him. Next pitch on the way. Fastball inside corner, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So Bell make that quickly ahead. Looking for his first punch out of the evening. In the driver's seat right here, 0-2. His delivery, breaking ball, weak swing and a miss for strike 3. Garrett Bell drops over Uncle Charlie to retire Schaeferhood, to retire his 6th consecutive batter to start off this ball game. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless here at Freeman Field. Due up will be Nicholas Kutaya, Connor Peterson, and Ethan Rothstein for the Bombers when we return.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity.
Good stuff, guys.
We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to
We'll do one more after this, then the bad.
And victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
Medical mistakes claim tens of thousands of lives every year. The healthcare community is working on it, but you can help. When you communicate with your doctor, when you ask more questions, you reduce your risk of suffering a medical mistake. Doctors can't answer if you don't ask. Help reduce your risk. Questions are the answer. Learn the 10 questions you must ask. Visit www.ahrq.gov. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, and the Ad Council.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it.
Welcome back to Freeman Field, Ithaca College baseball live from the South Hill. Scoreless as we enter the bottom of the second inning. Garrett Bell on the bump for Ithaca today has been fantastic thus far. Has faced the minimum in each of his first 2 innings of work. Picked up a strikeout to punctuate that top of the second as well. Due up here against Salinger of Hamilton will be Nicholas Kutaya, Connor Peterson, Ethan Rothstein for the Bombers. In Cam, Ithaca was able to rally a little bit towards the back end of that bottom of the first frame. First and second, 2 down after a big single from Gilmore Road. What's the key moving in here?
Do not leave any runners in scoring position or even on base. Try and get those runners over or even to score across the plate to jump on Hamilton here and get an early lead.
Salinger's first pitch on the way to Kutaya is a fastball taken at the knees for strike 1. 0-1. Kutaya, one of the fun stories for the Bombers baseball program here this year. A freshman hitting .373 with 13 runs batted in. It's the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball taken on the outside corner, strike 2. 0-2. He's DHing today. We've seen him in the outfield playing first base as well. Was 3 for 4 in the series finale against St. Lawrence University last Sunday with 4 RBIs. Here's Salinger's 0-2 delivery, swing and a foul straight back. Kutaya stays alive. Count will hold at 0-2.
Nice piece of contact there to just stay alive on the 0-2 count there and keep his at bat going. And it looked like that pitcher was a little bit outside. He was trying to drive it out to right field, but overall, really good piece of contact to stay alive.
Salinger fires the 0-2 delivery. Fastball misses upstairs. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And really, Cam, on both ends, we've seen both pitchers changing eye levels, loving to ride that fastball up out of the zone.
And we're seeing both pitchers have to work to get their outs.
1-2, swinging a high fly ball, shallow right center. Bernstein coming in towards the gap. Will step underneath this one to make the grab for out number 1. So Kutaya flies out to center to open up things here in the bottom of the second. They'll send up Connor Peterson to the plate.
And leaving those 2 runners on in the last half of in the bottom of the first inning for the Bombers could be like a decider, quote unquote. I know it's early, but could be a decider in this game as it's still 0-0 in the bottom of the second. But you always want to try and get those runners home if you have them in scoring position.
Plenty of time to work with as the pitch on the way to Peterson is swung on in line to left center field. Ranging to his left is Singer. This one's past him as it rolls towards the track. Peterson digging into second base. He'll get there standing up. A 1-out double for the Ithaca College freshman shortstop as he'll be in scoring position here with 1 down.
Really nice piece of hitting there by Peterson. Jumping on the first pitch he saw. Drove to left center. Overall, great piece of hitting. And once again, the Bombers have a runner in scoring position. And it's going to be up to Ethan Rothstein right here to bring him home.
Rothstein has 6 RBIs on the year. Third baseman in Wijaya playing even with the bag at third. Lefty on right, Salinger kicks fires. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball top of the zone, strike 1. 0-1, and it looked like Slinger, the left fielder, got a little bit of a difficult read right there. Started to jet out straight towards his left, but this ball continued to carry. Remember, the wind is blowing out in that direction. Had to jet back at the last second and tried to reach up, but could not make the catch as it was out of his reach. 0-1, swinging a foul ball right back to us, just falls short. Strike two either way. 0-2, Cam, I didn't bring my glove this evening. I should have been ready.
I didn't either, you know. We both play baseball. I used to play. I didn't bring my glove here, so we definitely have to watch out for some foul balls coming right back up our way as we're kind of right behind home plate, right behind the visitors' dugout.
No doubt about it. Scoreless, bottom of the second inning. Peterson at second with one down. The 0-2, swinging a line drive, right field with lots of carry. Eshelman ranging back in front of the track. He reaches up to make the catch. Tagging from second and heading for third is Peterson. He'll get there standing up. So a loud out off the bat of Ethan Rothstein. But it does move Peterson into third base. He's 90 feet away now, here with two down.
You know, and that works too. You didn't get the runner home, but you did move him up a base. Right over to third base goes Peterson. He's 90 feet away from scoring here, and it's going to be up to Browdy to get him home.
No doubt about it. Another runner in scoring position here for the Bombers. They're 0-for-1 in no situation so far tonight. Lefty on left, first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, ball 1-0. Top of the order on deck, and Mike Nada. Brody hitting .255, a homer, 8 RBIs, 1-for-4 back on Sunday's series finale. Peterson takes his lead from third, represents what would be the first run of the night for Ithaca. The 1-0, fastball misses upstairs, ball 2, 2-0. No runs, no hits, no errors for Hamilton. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Ithaca thus far.
And one thing you don't want here is a walk if you're Brody. You want to get that runner home. You want to get your team on the board early.
2-0, fastball misses outside, ball 3, 3-0. Now, if Brody could reach via a walk or a hit, that would bring up the top of the order in Nada, who is a right-handed hitter against Sadinger, a left-handed pitcher as well. Sadinger trying to climb back into the count right here. He turns, kicks and tosses the 3-0. Fastball, strike at the top of the zone. Brody likely taking all the way. Hitters count for him at 3-1.
Yeah, and no matter what, if Brody does get on, which, again, as you can run multiple of different plays.
3-1, swinging a fly ball, left center field. Bernstein on his horse, racing back, looking up. This one's going to hop off the track and then the wall. Peterson can walk home, digging in his second base and getting there standing up with an RBI double. Is the 9-hole man, O'Reilly Barati, to give Ithaca a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
A phenomenal piece of hitting there by Brody. Took one, he saw it right down the middle and drove it pretty much into center field by the 405 sign, right up against the wall. An easy double for Brody, and 1-0 Bombers. Great way to start the night.
Absolutely, Cam. RBI number 9 on the year for Brody as well. Here comes the top of the lineup, and Mike Nada to the plate now. That ball just continued to carry. Bernstein at first looked like he had a beat on it, but it was about 5-6 feet past him as it rolled off the track and then the wall. First pitch to Nada on the outside corner with the breaking ball. Strike 1, 0-1. So Ithaca now 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position thus far tonight. Both of those at-bats coming with 2 down. Here's number 3 as Nada digs back in. Sadinger from the stretch. Kicks and tosses the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball just misses a bit upstairs. Ball 1-1.
That pitch looked like a changeup up in the zone. Really good patience there by Nada to lay off that pitch.
Nada 0 for 1, grounded out to short back in the first inning. Good speed from the left-handed outfielder. Sadinger from the stretch. Fires the 1-1, breaking ball, bends a bit outside, ball 2, 2-1. So that hit from Peterson, make that Brody, is the second extra base hit of the night for Ithaca. Peterson also had the double earlier. They now have 4 hits in total thus far. Outfield playing the left-handed hitting Nada just about straight up, infield as well. As the 2-1 delivery is on its way. Fastball misses well up and away, ball 3, catcher in. Kopp has to range towards his left to keep that from going to the backstop, ball 3, 3-1.
And Bell has held Hamilton to 0 hits so far, so again, very strong start for the Bombers on both sides of the ball.
Sadinger from the first base side settles just above the belt. Hitters count here for Nada. Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way. Fastball rises upstairs for ball 4, so Nada will take the walk. Third base runner of the inning here for Ithaca. First walks surrendered by either side so far. First and second, 2 down now as that brings up Louis Fabro to the plate.
The Bombers are being very, very patient at the plate. They're not taking pitches up in the zone, as we've mentioned pretty much in every single at-bat here, and they're laying off the breaking balls down in the dirt. Again, great blocks by both catchers on both teams, but again, the Bombers are being very patient, and it shows they're up by 1-0 with 2 men on once again.
Here's Fabo. He's singled back in the first. A line drive to left field. First pitch. Fastball misses down and in. Fabo scoots out of the way. Ball one. 1-1, no strikes. First time through the lineup, Cam. Our sports director, Matt's also working hard with the QAB charts, the quality at-bat charts. He says Ithaca had 6 of the first 9 batters in the starting 9 for IC. Coming up with quality ABs, and it's showing well. 1 run on 4 hits so far.
Yeah, and the Bombers are making Sadinger work. We're already seeing a visit to the mound by Hamilton's pitching coach. We don't see anybody up in the bullpen just yet, as it is early, but the Bombers are really making Sadinger work. And again, pitching coach is out on the mound to kind of just check on him, calm him down, get the pitches over the plate.
Hamilton, led by head coach Tim Burns, will be his 15th year this year, as well as assistant coach Nolan Driscoll. So Fabo leans down towards his ankles as he stretches his back, now comes back on 2 feet, stares at the barrel of his bat as he steps outside the box. So we're just about ready to resume play. First and second, 2 down, 1-0 Ithaca your score. Run coming in on the RBI double from Riley Brody to left center that brought around Peterson to score. The tall left-hander Sadinger comes set, checks second, pitch in the way, fastball outside corner, strike one. 1-1. Brody at second took a couple of emphatical steps towards third, decided to hold up. Again, as we mentioned, this Ithaca team does like to run. Runners take their leads. Fabo bends back into the right-hander's batter's box. Sadinger from the stretch fires. Next pitch, swing a line drive, driven deep to left field. Slayer can only watch. This one's gone. On to Danby, a 3-run shot for Louis Fabo to give the Bombers a 4-0 lead.
Really nice piece of hitting there by Fabo. Took one kind of on the inside corner of the plate, drove to left field right where the wind is blowing to make it a 3-run bomb for the Bombers, and it's 4-0 already here in the top of the second.
Home run number 2 on the year for Fabo. RBIs 15, 16, and 17, and that one got out in a hurry. A laser beam into the trees and over the left field wall. So that'll bring up Buzz Shirley here. Nobody on now, 2 down. A chance for Sadinger to reset. As the first pitch is on its way. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 12th homer collectively for the Bombers as a team this year.
That was Fabo's second on the year. He's currently tied in a 3-way tie with Max Mello of Skidmore and Owen Fitzhugh of Skidmore as well. So now he goes into the 7th spot, tied with Christian Figioni of St. Lawrence.
1-1 pitch on the way to Shirley. Weak 3/4 hack, swing and a miss, and a pitch up and out of the zone. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Sadinger really battling back here. Again, the base is empty. 4 runs in, the RBI double from Brody, and the 3-run shot just moments ago from Louis Fabo. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So that pitch count starting to rise here for Sadinger. Again, as you mentioned, Cam, no one up in the pen thus far for Hamilton. The 2-2 is on its way. Swinging a high fly ball deep to right field. Going back, Eshelman at the track. This one's gone. Back to back go Fabo and Shirley to give the Bombers a 5-0 lead. And there was no question. Out to deep straightaway right field.
Wind's blowing everywhere today. That ball carried over the right center field wall at 353 feet. That one just over into the trees, onto the Ithaca College campus. Another great piece of hitting.
For Shirley, his 2nd homer of the year, his 4th in his Ithaca College career. RBI number 8 as he greets a very excited Ithaca College Bombers bench. 5-0 your score, 2 homers in this inning, and Shirley going lefty on left right there out to right field.
Yeah, and for a right-handed batter, you don't see too much power. He is a first baseman, so first basemen are usually known for their power.
As Morode swings at the first pitch, pops it up right side and foul, strike 1, 0-1.
Yeah, first baseman, as I was saying, they're known for their power, but they usually pull the ball or drive it out to center field. That one was driven out to right center, so that one went a far way, and the ball just carried off his bat.
Morode 1 for 1, singled back in the first, was stranded. As the next pitch is a breaking ball that just misses a bit upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morode, the 8th hitter to come to the plate in this inning. Sadinger got off to a good start, got Kutai to fly out to center. He's given up 4 runs since. The 1-1 swing and a foul straight back, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So now 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Bombers. No runs, no hits, no errors for Hamilton.
Again, great approaches to these at-bats by the Bombers here. They're making Sadinger work again for every single out, but they're only hitting the pitches that they like or that they can hit. They're not, reaching at balls out of the zone, either outside or up in the zone, but they're really just taking those pitches right down the plate and just driving them.
Sattinger winds and fires the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball right back to Sattinger. Fields it with his glove, drops it, recovers, throws to first base, and is in time to retire Murad to retire this side as well. But the Bombers jump out of the gate, picking up 5 runs on 4 hits, highlighted by back-to-back shots. Louis Faba with his second homer of the year, Shirley as well. We get to the top of the third. All Bombers so far as they lead 5-0.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion.
Good stuff.
We're working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and the victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We have heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that
All right, last one, and then we'll roll back.
support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it.
Top of the third inning, 5-0 Ithaca, your score after an explosive second inning where the Bombers brought around 5 runs to score, highlighted by the Louis Faba home run and Buzz Shirley shot as well. Cam Garrett-Bell coming out for his third inning of work. He has quite a cushion now here with a 5-0 lead.
He is absolutely cruising. He's making some really good pitches. The Hamilton College really made him work in the second inning when they were at the plate. But again, he got a really good cushion here. All he needs to do is pretty much just play catch with his catcher, Gil Moreau here. But again, he's cruising.
It'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for Hamilton against Bell, who's faced the minimum through his first 2 innings of work. His first pitch on the way to Matt Kine is swung on and pounded into the ground down the third base side and fouled for strike 1. 0-1. Bell picked up his first strikeout of the evening to end the second. That was swinging against Schaefer Hood. Next pitch comes across the plate, but time was called by the home plate umpire, so no pitch will count, as it'll still be 0-1. The bender that dropped over the heart of the plate right there. But Keene had already called time, and it was granted. So 0-1 the count now as Bell fires. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Keene well out in front of that one for strike 2. 0-2. Bell working quickly as he has through the first 2 innings tonight. He kicks back and fires the 0-2. Breaking ball down low, check swing. Keene does not go around, no appeal as well. Ball 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good patience there by Kine to not swing at that breaking ball on the outside part of the plate.
1-2. Fastball just misses a bit upstairs, about neck high for ball 2. 2-2. Infield straight up, outfield as well here against the right-handed hitting Kine. Bell kicks and delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Garrett Bell, both swinging, as that'll be out number 1 here in the top of the third.
That looked like either a changeup or a cutter that kind of just came right back on towards the middle of the plate, right into Moreau's glove for a beautiful second-in-a-row strike.
7 up, 7 down for Bell. Here's Adam Wijaya, the third baseman, for his first plate appearance of the night. First pitch is an off-speed pitch that misses upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind has calmed down just a little bit here. Our flag on the first base side, completely still. So the 1-0 is a bender that misses upstairs, ball 2. 2-0. Still a very pleasant evening, however. Clouds continue to cover the field. Sunshine in the distance, however, as you look on the lake over the left field wall. Bell steps off the mound, taking some time now as he looks to reset. Hitters count for Wijaya, 2-0. Pitch, swing, and a ground ball first base side and foul, strike 1. 2-1.
Bell kind of jammed Wijaya there, which is why it was a soft ground ball towards the first base side and Hamilton's dugout, but Bell jammed him.
2-1. Fastball sizzles upstairs for ball 3. 3-1. On deck, Jack Ashelman, the right fielder. Then it'll be the top of the order, and Phil Bernstein, if he could get that far here for Hamilton. Just looking for their first base runner of the night. Bell fires the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Well late on a heater right there for strike 2. 3-2.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before the game even started, Bell has not walked a lot of batters this season or even last season as well, and he hasn't let anybody get on base in this game either yet.
3-2, swinging a pop-up right back to Oz. Make the catch, Cam, just a bit short. Cal will hold at 3-2. That was right on line to you.
I was close. I had to kind of move around the table here we have set up, but I was very close to catching that ball again. That would have been barehanded if I was able to make that catch.
Bell starts his delivery, now steps off. His time is once again called, and you see this Hamilton offense. Looks like they're trying to mess up the rhythm here that Bell's been in tonight. Again, working very fast. It's the 3-2, is swung on and pounded in the ground to third, picked on and in between out by Rothstein. He throws across, been plenty of time to retire with Jaya by a couple of steps for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. 8 in a row retired by Bell to open things up here, as that brings up the 9-0 hitter and Jack Eshelman to the plate.
Nice fielding there by Rothstein. You know, those kind of balls can get tricky, especially with, you know, different hops in the grass and even on the dirt with like little chunks here and there. But again, overall, good fielding there by Rothstein to gather it and fire it over to first.
First pitch on the way to Eshelman is a breaking ball in the outside corner. Strike 1, no balls, 1 strike the count. Eshelman 2 for 8 so far in a limited sample size this year. As the 0-1 is swung and grounded to first. Shirley goes to one knee to field it cleanly. He'll take it to the bag unassisted at first base to retire this side. Garrett Bell, tremendous stuff thus far. He's faced the minimum through the first time through the lineup, 3 scoreless innings. Ready to the bottom of the third. All Ithaca so far, 5-0 your score.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support.
It's not giving me much to talk about, but
and victims of police brutality and racial injustice.
I said we're not giving you a whole lot of time to talk.
We must.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they're
It's important to make sure you
we'll roll this one and then we'll come back on the web.
to see if each of them knew where to meet if they knew.
I just roll with that. That'd be easiest.
If a natural disaster happened and we were outside the home, we would all meet at the park. That's our meeting point.
I'm meeting place at our neighbor's house because she is my mom's good friend. We all had a meeting spot, which is a bus stop.
Roll back with the bat in 10 seconds. You guys got about 20 before you go on.
For your family, go to ready.gov. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Ad Council.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it.
Welcome back to Freeman Field, bottom of the third inning, 5-0 Ithaca. Your score. Garrett Bell, tremendous stuff tonight. First 3 innings of work of shutout ball. That's going to be it for Jackson Sattinger tonight. He goes 2 innings, allows 5 runs, including the 2 home runs to Louis Fabo and Buzz Shirley, which proved to be the final straw tonight. New pitcher on the mound here for Hamilton is going to be the right-hander senior Carl Maxwell out of Milford, Connecticut, product of Jonathan Law High School. He'll get 5, 6, and 7 here in this Bombers lineup. Make that Fabian, Kutaya, and Peterson.
The Bombers are high right now. They're rolling on the offense. We'll see if Maxwell can calm them down a little bit and get Hamilton on a smooth groove here in a 1-2-3 inning for the Continentals here. But Maxwell again, we'll see if he can calm down this Bombers offense, who is striving right now on 5 straight hits there in the bottom of the second inning. So again, once the Bombers get hot, it's pretty hard to stop them. But let's see if Maxwell can do it.
So Maxwell, the tall right-hander, steps onto the lever here as the right-handed hitting Matt Fabian lead it off. Maxwell turns, kicks, and tosses. His first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Fabian 0 for 1 today. Struck out with runners on first and second with 2 down back in the first. So the next pitch is caught on a missed fastball up and out of the zone, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
And not too strong of a start here for Carl Maxwell. 2 strikes out of the gate. That was a strong start. So, and there's his first strikeout.
The 0-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Breaking ball. Fabian was out in front. Strikeout number 1 for Maxwell. Good start for him, as that is 1 out for the Bombers here in the bottom of the third inning. So they bring up Nicholas Kutaya to the plate. He's what started that magical second inning off for Ithaca. He flew out to center. But then that would spark a Peterson double, a Brody double to bring home Peterson, and then the 2 home runs from Fabo and Shirley. Kutaya digs in. First pitch from Maxwell is a breaking ball that drops over the outside edge of the plate for strike 1. 0-1. Good spot as well, knee high. Maxwell also working at a quick pace. Turns, kicks, fires the 0-1. Swing a soft ground ball to third with Giant steps back to play it on the long hop. He'll throw across the dime into first base in plenty of time for out number 2. So just a handful of pitches and 2 quick outs here for Maxwell. So they'll bring up Connor Peterson up to the plate with 2 down.
And that's one pitch that I saw right out of the gate that Nana did not want to swing at. It was kind of an outside and low, but he had to reach over. He ended up pulling it as the bat was in front of that pitch. Usually on an outside pitch, you do want to wait, sit back on it, and drive it to right field, but he did not want to swing at that pitch, and he noticed it right out of the gate.
First pitch on the way to Peterson is a fastball taken outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Peterson hit that double, as we mentioned, now 2 for his last 5. Came around to score the first run of the night as well. The 1-0, fastball at the knees, strike 1. 1-1. Peterson steps out, did not seem to like that call. He'll quickly dig back in. 2 up, 2 down, 5-0 Ithaca. Your score here in the bottom of the third. The next pitch, swinging a line drive left field. That one's going to dunk in for a base hit. Slinger, the left fielder, will pick it up with his bare hand and throw it back in. So a single for Peterson, as the Ithaca freshman is now 2 for 2 today, halfway to the cycle as well.
That's his second hit of the night, again showing that he deserves to be in the starting lineup for the Bombers. Second hit of the night on a single out to left field. He started that inning on a double with the 5-run inning in the second, but again, a nice piece of hitting there by Peterson to get on base once again.
Here's Ethan Rothstein coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1, flew out to the right fielder Eshelman back in the second. 1 on, 2 down. First pitch, fastball, outside corner, strike 1, 0-1. Peterson, good speed, athletic kid as well, playing shortstop for this Bombers team as a freshman, has 3 stolen bases this year. Taking over for Jack Lynch, the long-tenured shortstop for Ithaca. Maxwell from the stretch now, checks over to first base, Peterson back in safely. See if things change up a little bit for Maxwell now that he doesn't go out of the windup with a runner on base. Again, looked very comfortable against the latter 2 hitters to open up this frame. From the slide step, he fires the 0-1 breaking ball, swinging a foul off the foot of Rothstein as it ricochets back towards the first base dugout. Count quickly moves in the advantage of Maxwell at 0-2.
Maxwell kind of slowing the game down a little bit, taking his time and firing pitches over the plate, and it's kind of disrupting the Bombers' timing here. It was a very quick inning last time. They had 5 straight hits in a row to score those 5 runs. But again, Maxwell's kind of taking a new approach to the mound here and slowing the game down.
Righty on right, Maxwell from the stretch again. Slightly closed off as he kicks and fires the 0-2, swinging a line drive, foul off to the right side and out of play. Count will stick at 0-2. Rothstein, emergency hack right there. A fastball almost took it out of the glove of the catcher and Kopp. Was able to just get a piece and line it over the first base dugout and out of play.
Yeah, good way to fight it off there by Rothstein, and that was an inside pitch. It definitely jammed him, and it was overall a way to get out of the pitch.
0-2, swinging a ground ball up the middle. Harris to his left will shovel it across to the second baseman in Keene. That is in time for the 6-4 fielder's choice to retire the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on here for Ithaca in the bottom of the third. Running to the top of the fourth, Ithaca leads it 5-0 as you're listening to Bombers Baseball live on the Bombers Radio Network.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you, we support you, we must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
As the midterms roll by and the tests and quizzes pile up by the day, if you feel like you're a little in over your head, consider finding yourself a free tutor at the ithaca.edu/tutoring page online, getting yourself matched up with...
This will be the last one, and then we'll run the bed.
And working out times that fit around...
Unless you guys need more time.
So that you can focus on your schoolwork.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it.
Top of the 4th inning. Welcome back to Freeman Field. 5-0 Ithaca, your score. Garrett Bell, out for his 4th inning of work, has faced the minimum through the first time through the order. He'll get 1, 2, and 3 once again here. In that span, struck out 2 batters. A lot of ground balls as well. Cam, what have you seen from the Ithaca right-hander thus far?
Phenomenal start. He's firing them in there right there. He's changing those eye levels, which we mentioned in the last inning when he was on the mound. But again, changing speeds with breaking balls, some changeups, and even maybe some cutters that I'm seeing. And again, that straight fastball is probably one of his best pitches. And changing those eye levels, changing those speeds is really what's throwing here Hamilton off and out the plate.
So here is Phil Bernstein to lead it off. He grounded out to short to open things up in the first. First pitch from Bell is a breaking ball that hops over the middle of the plate for strike 1. 0-1. Already we're seeing a change of approach here, second time through the lineup. First pitch breaking ball as the 0-1 is a fastball that buzzes across the outside corner. Strike two, 0-2. You can hear the pop of Morode's mitt echo throughout the ballpark here. As Bell fires, here's his 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, ties up Bernstein and Knotts. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 down. Punch out number 3 for Bell as well.
Great start there, as I said. Started off with the breaking ball right over the middle of the plate, went to the fastball, another breaking ball, and then once again, he got the breaking ball kind of right over the plate. Again, changing the speeds of the pitches is throwing the timing off here with the Continental's batters, and it shows another strikeout for Bell.
Here's Ethan Harris with 1 down. First pitch, fastball, just misses a bit outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's the second awkward swing we've seen induced by Bell tonight on a back foot breaking ball. So the 1-0 is a fastball that misses well upstairs for ball 2, 2-0. And that pitch works so well because that fastball runs back away from the left-handed hitters, and that breaking ball goes the opposite direction, going down and in. And you could tell he really fooled the left-handed hitting Bernstein there. Here's his 2-0, fastball misses up and in. Harris leans out of the way, ball 3, 3-0 the count.
Again, Bell has not let up a hit yet or has let anybody on base. So far, a very strong outing for Bell.
3-0. Breaking ball misses down away, 4 ball 4. So there's the first base runner of the night for Hamilton. First walk allowed by Ithaca as well, of course. So 1 on, 1 down. That's Harris at first base. So they'll bring up the power hitting Brady Slinger to the plate.
You know, we're moving right through this game, and there goes kind of Garrett Bell's perfect game, quote unquote. He was, again, not allowing any hits or walks. That was his first one of the game, but that just got away from him.
Yes, sir. Fastball, swing and a line drive off to the left side, out of play, strike 1, 0-1. And either way, it's good to see Bell keeping up this quick pace after the 4-pitch block. A lot of times you'll see pitchers start to slow things down, getting their head a little bit, but he's back on that hill, ready to go here, out of the stretch for the first time tonight. 0-1, breaking ball, backs up, misses outside, ball 1, 1-1. Inning started with the strikeout to Bernstein. Harris walked. 5-0 Ithaca your score as we sit in the top of the 4th inning. Bell from the stretch again, fires the 1-1, swing a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball as it will roll all the way towards the track and the corner. Digging for 3 is Harris. He's going to get the wave around. Fabel gets the ball back in. It's going to be cut off by the third baseman, Rothstein. Coming around all the way to score from first base is Harris as that gets Hamilton on the board. It's 5-1 Ithaca your score. Slinger, meanwhile, into second base with an RBI double.
That was just a nice piece of hitting there by Slinger to drive it the other way to left field as he is a lefty batter. Poke it right past third baseman Ethan Rothstein down the line and allowed that run to score from first. A nice piece of hitting there as he lands up in second base.
So back-to-back base runners allowed here for Bell after retiring the first 10 batters he faced. Here's Sattinger, first pitch, swinging a fly ball left field, slicing just foul by a foot or two. And no, they're going to call that fair, it looks like, as that'll drop in for a base hit. The catcher and Gil Murad is coming out to argue, as well as Dave Valicente, the Ithaca head coach. From our angle, Cam, this looked to be about 2 or 3 feet foul, but the home plate umpire did call it fair. So if that holds, it'll be an RBI single for the pitcher's spot. That's Maxwell now hitting to make it a 5-2 game.
Yeah, that pitch did like it clipped the line maybe a little bit from here. It definitely looked foul, but it might have clipped the line. Maybe that's what the umpire saw, and I think that's what he's explaining to Coach Valicente now, as Maxwell is on first with the second hit for the Continentals, and it looks like that was the explanation there. The ball did clip the line, and there's their second run.
Valicente will retreat back to the dugout. So again, that's an RBI single for Maxwell, as he's on first base now. Here with 1 down, that'll bring up Greg Kopp to the plate. So 2 runs in now, 5-2 your score. Hamilton with the snap of a finger back in this ball game. Bell's first pitch is a breaking ball that bites the inside corner for strike 1, 0-1.
You know, and I think that explanation there by the umpire allowed Garrett Bell to kind of calm himself down, get himself together in order to fire in for this next at bat.
Bell from the stretch fires the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Kopp way out in front of a breaking ball, 0-2.
Great pitch there by Bell, starting him off with the fastball, going right to the breaking ball, kind of slowing that speed down again, which messes up the timing of the hitter. As we pretty much have mentioned all game thus far, great job by Bell on those last 2 pitches.
Bell from the stretch, his 0-2. Breaking ball misses down away, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the inning started with the strikeout to Bernstein, the walk to Harris, an RBI double from Slinger, that brought around the first run to score, and then the RBI single for Maxwell. Bell ahead 1-2. He's set and fires the pitch. Swing and a pop it behind home plate. Moreau going to give it a look. This will fly out of play as the count sticks at 1-2. Great.
So that ball hit just off the bleachers. Moreau did try to catch that, but way outside of the field. Sorry to cut you off there.
All good. Schaefer Hood, the first baseman on deck, then Matt Keene. His Kopp, the left-handed hitting catcher, taking some time now. 1 foot in the box, 1 foot out as he holds the barrel of his bat between his left armpit. Now puts 2 hands on it and carries it above his left shoulder as he's ready to go. Bell from the first base side holds his glove in front of his face, now brings it down to his belt as he comes set. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, fastball up and out of the zone. Kopp going after the high heat. Strikeout number 2 of the inning for Bell, number 4 on the night. That's out number 2 here in the 4th inning as well.
Again, that high fastball is extremely hard to lay off. That was a phenomenal pitch there by Bell, and Kopp just could not lay off it. And again, that is very tempting for hitters to hit, but it never ends up working out. Another great pitch there by Bell.
Here's Gavin Schaeferhood to the plate now with 2 down. Again, 5-2 at your score here in the top of the 4th inning. Bell's pitch, swinging a ground ball, softly hit to third, fielded on a hop by Rothstein. He'll go the short way to second base as he throws to the covering Brody in time for the 5 for fielder's choice. However, Hamilton gets on the board, picking up 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. We got a ball game here at Freeman Field. 5-2, Ithaca, your score.
When the red flashing lights on a school bus come on and the stop sign comes out, you must stop. In New York State, you cannot move again until the red flashing lights go off and the stop sign is retracted, or until the driver or a traffic officer signals it is okay to pass. You must stop even on the opposite side of a divided highway. If you decide it's okay to risk a child's life and pass a stopped school bus, you could face fines or even have your license revoked. Is it really worth it? Always obey the school bus stopping law in your state.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement.
You guys ready?
Victims of police brutality and racial injustice.
All right, we're doing 4.5, right?
You.
Yeah, so
We
4.5
must
would be
advocate
full
for
the
change.
top half of the 5th.
Black Lives Matter.
You guys ready?
Yep.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it.
Welcome back to Freeman Field, bottom of the 4th inning. 5-2 Ithaca, your score after Hamilton pushes across 2 runs thanks to a couple of big hits from Brady Slinger and the pitcher Maxwell as well. Maxwell out for his 2nd inning of work after tossing up a goose egg on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 3rd inning, coming in relief of the left-hander Jackson Sadinger, who allowed 5 runs through 2 innings of work. He'll get 9-1-2. Riley Brody, the left-handed hitting second baseman, will lead things off. Drove in a run back in the 2nd with a line drive double out into the alley in left center. Here's Maxwell's first pitch. Fastball, misses upstairs, ball 1. 1 no strikes.
Yeah, I think that that last hit on the line drive to left field, it looked like a foul ball. Definitely gave some help from the umpire there, as it looked foul from up here, but it looked like it probably just clipped the foul line for that 2nd run for the Continentals, as Carl Maxwell has done so far a decent job in slowing down this Bombers offense.
Next pitch runs outside, ball 2, 2-0. He quickly comes set and fires now the 2-0. Fastball misses down and in, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. And whether that was fair or foul, that Hamilton, which is why you can imagine Dave Valsente was upset. As the 3-0 delivery is on its way. Fastball taken on the inside corner, strike 1. 3-1 on Brody here. Again, it was a fastball with a lot of side spin. It was slicing down that left field line, very similar to the double before that we saw from Slinger. It's the 3-1 pitch is on its way. Fastball taken up and in for ball 4. So a walk to Brody. He reaches for the 2nd time tonight. So that brings up the top of the order. Here comes Mike Nada to the plate. Nobody out. Good speed with Brody on first base. Nadi, make that Nada is 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded out to short in the 1st, walked in the 2nd. A lot of left-handers in this Ithaca lineup. Nada, one of them. It'll be Louis Falbo, the right-handed hitting left fielder on deck, then surely another lefty to follow. Maxwell from the stretch comes set at the chest. Big lead at first for Brody. Here's the first pitch on the way. Fastball misses up away, ball 1. 1-0. So Maxwell missing upstairs a lot. Looks like it has a little bit of arm side run as well. Couple of pitches off the outer edge of the plate. Maxwell leans it for the side, twirls the ball behind his back, now brings it into his glove as he settles at the belt. Long hold this time as there goes the runner. Pitch on the way, showing bunt is Nada, pulls back, takes a strike. Throw down to second base from Kopp is not nearly in time as Barati slides in head first safely with the stolen base. His 7th of the year, as that puts him in scoring position here with nobody out. Again, that was a strike on the pitch, so it's 1-1. As there's now a runner in scoring position here for Nada. The third baseman in Wijaya playing in front of the bag at third, ready for a potential bunt. Middle infielders ranging up the middle. Maxwell from the stretch. Kicks and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Misses up and away ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It was a good strategy, and I like the move there by Valicente to try and set up the bunt for Nada to get the runner over, but he ended up stealing. It looked like potentially a hit and run there, but that hesitation by the catcher for Hamilton did not help his speed in getting the runner over.
2-1 swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2, and sometimes you'll see coaches have their hitters show bunt when they're playing to steal, because when the catcher is behind the plate and is trying to receive the ball, then transition it into his throwing hand, it masks the catcher's view of the pitch, and you can almost see it affect Kopp, the catcher, right there, as he double clutched on his throw to second base. So that almost fake bunt by Nada really played a role right there. As the 2-2 is swung on and slashed foul. Nada just getting a piece as he fouls it straight back. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And, it's those little things in baseball that really do play a difference. They, you don't think they add up over the course of the game, but when you when you analyze the game when you're in there, they really do matter. Those little things, that fake bunt there by Nada did help the runner get over to second. It's those little things that really do matter.
Brody takes his lead from second now. The 2-2, breaking ball down low, make that swing and a foul straight back. Count will stick at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Awkward looking swing there from Nada. Again, a breaking ball that was twirling towards the dirt. About a 3/4 hack. Looked like a cricket swing right there as he just got a piece to stay alive.
I think Nada really has to stay back in the box here and kind of wait for his pitch to drive it out to left field.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses down and in. Nada raises his left foot to hop out of the way. Ball 3. Count now runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brody deepening up his lead at second base, trying to set an angle to round third and score here. Your arms left to right in the outfield. Slinger, Bernstein, and Eshelman. Maxwell from the stretch comes set. Takes a look at second. Now peers in. His 3-2. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. Fielded on a hop by Keene. He'll settle his feet. His throw to first base is not in time. Mike Nada hustling the entire way. Beats it out. Meanwhile on the play, Brody moves to third. That'll be an infield single as there's runners at the corners here with nobody out.
Great hustle there by Nada. I really like the approach he had. It looked like he was reaching a little bit at some of those pitches. Got some wood on it, or metal on it, as I should say, to foul him off. But again, great patience, nice piece of hitting, and the hustle down the line is, again, one of those little things that really does matter in the game of baseball, as now there's runners on the corners, running at third, 90 feet away from scoring to open this game up back to a 4-point lead.
And Keene, the second baseman with 2 strikes, was playing back on the infield, almost on the cut of the outfield grass. It really took his time. This was a soft one-hopper in his direction, fielded it on the run, but then set his feet and shuffled across, which gave Nada an extra couple steps, who already runs really well. Nada has 11 stolen bases on the year. We'll see if they test the arm of Kopp again. Again, we saw Brody steal second just moments ago. First and third, nobody out for Luis Fabo, who homered his last time up. Maxwell from the stretch, first pitch, swinging a high fly ball deep to left field, but it will hook foul. But Fabo got all of that one, just a little bit out in front for a very long and explosive strike 1.
From up here, that sounded like his second home run of the game. He got all of that pitch just in front of it slightly to hook it foul, and the wind definitely did help, as it is blowing down the left field line there, but Fabo got all of that pitch and just hooked it foul.
Gotta imagine he's seeing it well so far here today at Freeman. Again, runners at the corners, nobody out. Maxwell makes a move over to first base. Back in safely goes Nada. Looked like a fastball up and in. And again, Fabo turned on it. And then the first homer was on a line, got out in a hurry, just about a couple of seconds. That one had plenty of hang time on it as it twirled back towards Danby Road. There goes Nada, pitching the way, breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Kopp. He won't even make a throw as Fabo make that Nada scampers into second base, standing up with stolen base number 12 on the year. He leads the team in that category. So second stolen base of the inning for Ithaca. For Kopp now this year, he has allowed 24 stolen bases in 34 attempts.
Taking advantage of that breaking ball down in the dirt really helped Nada there to reach second base safely.
Second and third, one down, swinging the ground ball to third. Wijaya playing in on the grass, will field it on a hop, throw to first base in time for out number 1. Barati will hold that third on the play. So that's a big out right there, as head coach Tim Burns decided to bring his corners in, and Fabo grounded right into the teeth of that move as Wijaya fielded it right in his chest. Took a little bit of a tricky hop, was able to block it, pick it up, and throw to first for out number 1. So still second and third now for Buzz Shirley. homeward out to right field, his last time up for his second round tripper of the year. Third baseman in Mujaya playing in front of the bag again. First baseman in Schaeferhood playing back as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1, 1-0. Middle infielders as well playing back on the cut of the infield grass, back of the outfield grass. Runners on second and third. Maxwell now going from the windup as he twists and fires the 1-0, swinging a fly ball center field. Bernstein racing back in front of the track. He'll step underneath this one to make the catch for out number 2. Tagging from third and coming around to score is Brody. Meanwhile, from second to third goes Nada. A sacrifice fly for Buzz Shirley, his second RBI of the evening, number 9 on the year, extends the Ithaca advantage to 4. It's 6-2 now.
Nice piece of hitting there to get the runner home. A nice sacrifice fly way deep enough towards the 405 mark out there in center field. Very deep enough. There's no way that he could have gunned them down from home from that length of the field. But nice piece of hitting, get the runner home.
Woodhouse steps on the mound to appeal to second base as he tosses it to Harris, the shortstop. Runner on second base and Nada left early, but the second base umpire says he did not. So 2 down, runner on third, 1 run in, 6-2. Ithaca, your score. Here's Gilmer Road. First pitch, fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And like you said, Shirley gave this one a ride. The center fielder and Bernstein was drifting back. Just took about a step or 2 onto the track to make the catch. Road 1 for 2 tonight. A single and a ground out to the pitcher. So the next pitch is a fastball taken upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Hamilton. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Ithaca thus far. Road, the 5th hitter of the inning to come to the plate here for IC. His Maxwell turns, kicks, fires, 2-0. Breaking ball drops over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 2-1.
Nice breaking ball there over the heart of the plate. That pitch was not swung at there by Moreau. That would have been a good pitch to drive into left center, but another good, really nice pitch there from Maxwell.
2-1 on the way. Fastball, make that a changeup. It looks like misses in the dirt. Blocked by Kopp for ball 3. 3-1. Maxwell has walked 1 batter tonight. That was Brody to open up this inning, who would come around to score on that sac fly from Shirley. Righty on right. 3-1 pitch. Fastball. Strike on the outside corner to Marode. Count now runs forward, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wind starting to pick up once again here at the ballpark, blowing out towards straightaway left field. Maxwell shading his face with his glove. He now comes set, now steps off. Asks for the signs again as he twirls his right finger. Gets what he wants as he pauses. Now fires the payoff pitch. Swing and a line drive foul to the first base side. Out of play. Count holds at 3-2. Due up in what will be the top of the 5th for Hamilton will be 7, 8, and 9 in their order. Matt Keene, Adam Wajaya, and Jack Eshelman. Maxwell turns, kicks, and tosses. His 3-2 again. Swing and a high pop-up shallow right. The second baseman Keene ranging out onto the outfield grass. Will shade his eyes from the sun. Makes the catch to retire the side. But Ithaca picks up 1 more run on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on thanks to the RBI sacrifice fly for Buzz Shirley. He's now driven in 2 runs today. Running to the top of the 5th. Cruising through this one here on the South Hill. Ithaca leads it 6-2.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
Last promo, then we'll run a bad.
I love to ride my bike so I can feel the wind.
How's the timing looking for these?
Hey kid, wear a helmet.
It's fine. Every time we come back like early, which I like, then we can just kind of set the end.
Yeah.
The majority of bicycle deaths.
I'll roll 1 more then.
Helmets reduce the odds of a head injury by 50%. Don't be a dummy. Wear a helmet.
I'm getting a catcher's mitt.
I'm getting ice skates.
I'm getting a jigsaw puzzle. I'm getting dying coral reefs.
A blue bicycle. A walkie-talkie. I'm getting a severe drought.
Cool black skateboard. I'm getting melted ice caps.
A killer heat wave. A shrinking glacier. I'm getting a devastating flood.
Adults are generous. We'll even give you...
Yeah, this one will be the last one.
But it's not too late. We can still reduce...
I'll run the bat in about 5, and then I'll bring you back quick.
GlobalWarming.com. Brought to you by Environmental Defense, the Robertson Foundation, and the Ad Council.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it.
Welcome back to Freeman Field. Bombers baseball live here on VIC Radio. Max Tanger joined alongside Cameron Gasmer as Garrett Bell comes out for his 5th inning of work. Has allowed just 2 runs so far. He'll get 7, 8, and 9 here in the Hamilton order. He winds and fires. His first pitch on the way is a fastball up and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Ithaca picked up a run in the bottom of the 4th inning on the RBI sacrifice fly from Buzz Shirley. So the 1-0 pitch is on its way. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 1, 1-1.
Yeah, I'm noticing down there in the Ithaca bullpen there's some throwing action happening, not too much to look out for. Garrett Bell is flying through this game, pitching very, very well, only allowing 2 hits, but just something to keep an eye on as there are a couple of pitchers warming up in the Ithaca bullpen.
Next pitch misses down away, ball 2, 2-1. Next pitch, swinging a pop at first base side. First baseman Shirley ranging towards the seats, will reach up. Can't make the catch as it's out of play. Count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, the biggest takeaway from Bell here, this rapid pace, which I think really plays to the hard fastball he's throwing, because then when he mixes in the breaking balls and the off-speed pitches, it's really keeping these Hamilton hitters off balance.
Yeah, and his pace of this game is kind of fast. He did slow it down there in the 2nd inning, which a little confused why he did that, but it ultimately did work out as he did only allow 2 runs.
2-2, swinging a soft ground ball to third. Tricky spin on it as Rothstein fields it on a couple hops. His throw to first base, stretched by Shirley, is in time for out number 1. Back-to-back ground ball outs for Rothstein, induced by the pitcher and Bell. That'll bring up Adam Wajaya to the plate here with 1 down in the top of the 5th.
As I was saying, Bell's kind of speed and momentum in this game, he controls the entire game here. He's either going to go fast or he's going to slow it down, and so far he's pretty much been speeding through this game.
First pitch to Wajaya. There's a heater. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 0-1. Wajaya well behind that one. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Down to the third baseman Rothstein back in the 3rd. Next pitch. Breaking ball runs down away, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bell got into a little bit of trouble back in the 4th inning, allowing 2 runs, an RBI double to Slinger, and an RBI single to Maxwell. So the 1-1 pitch is a fastball upstairs, out of the zone, ball 2. 2-1. He struck out 3 batters on the night so far as well. Make that 4, excuse me. As the next pitch is swung and grounded softly up the middle. Shortstop and Peterson ranges to his left. Slings it over to first base in plenty of time for out number 2. So 3 consecutive ground outs for Bell. First one for Peterson since all the way back in the 2nd inning. 2 up, 2 down as that brings up the 9-0 hitter and Jack Eshelman to the plate.
Some great pitches here by Bell. There were 2 straight ground balls from Wajaya on his last 2 at-bats, making his fielders work. Bell knows he's got a really solid defense behind him, but he's making his fielders work to get those outs. Another great job overall by Bell and his field.
First pitch to Eshelman, fastball inside corner, strike 1, 0-1. Bell quickly set. Here's his 0-1. Late swing and a foul off the catcher in Marode for strike 2. 0-2, so 2 straight heaters here. We'll see if he triples up with it. Maybe wants to slow things down with a breaking ball. Again, plenty of room to work with here ahead at no balls and 2 strikes. Top half of the 5th inning, 6-2, Ithaca your score. Bell looking to get through 5 innings of 2-run ball. He winds and fires the 0-2. Breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 3. Punch out number 5 for Bell tonight. He has been tremendous as that breaking ball continues to devastate this Hamilton lineup. We're halfway through this one here at Freeman Field. We went to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score, Ithaca 6, Hamilton 2.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
Medical mistakes claim tens of thousands of lives every year. The healthcare community is working on it, but you can help. When you communicate with your doctor, when you ask more questions, you reduce your risk of suffering a medical mistake. Doctors can't answer if you don't ask. Help reduce your risk. Questions are the answer. Learn the 10 questions you must ask. Visit
Yo, what's up, guys?
ahrq.gov.
Alright, so 3 seconds in this ad, sports bed, and I'll count you in.
And the Ad Council.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it.
Welcome back to Freeman Field. Halfway through this one, 6-2 Ithaca your score. The Bombers coming up for their 5th plate appearances of the night. For the play-by-play, here's Cam Gasmer.
Thanks, Max. We've had a great game so far. 6-2 Bombers here in the bottom of the fifth. Ithaca has 8 hits on the night so far. We got a new pitcher in for Hamilton. It's going to be Henry Tyler, number 27, left-handed pitcher, which should be good because the Bombers do have some right-handed hitters, some right-handed power. There was almost another home run by Lewis Fabo last inning, just hooked foul, as it would have given them a 7-2 lead. But again, this left-handed pitcher out of Tyler should help the Bombers as they're right-handed.
No doubt about it. And if you're Hamilton right here, you just got to keep reminding yourself you're still in this game. It's a 6-2 game, 4-1 deficit. They were able to push 2 runs across against Bell. We saw some action back in the 5th inning in the Ithaca bullpen. You got to imagine Valicente may want to extend Bell for another inning with how well he looked back in that 5th. But if they can get a shutdown inning here from Tyler, then they're in very good shape moving into the back second half of this game in terms of trying to inch back into this one.
We've had 2 home runs here by the Bombers, one by Lewis Fabo, both in the second inning by Lewis Fabo again, and Bell Shirley back-to-back, as that's the second spot and the third spot in the lineup. Through up, we've got Matt Fabian hitting right now, and after him is Nick Kudia and Connor Peterson, as there is a first pitch. It's going to be a strike, 0-1.
Fabian struck out twice today, so expect Tyler to be very aggressive with him.
The pitch to Fabian is going to be down, ball 1-1 to Fabian. Fabian struck out in his last at-bat in the first inning, I believe, and 0-1 on the night. There's a ground ball to third base. Easy, fire to first, there's 1 out. Fabian is now 0 for 2 on the night. First with a strikeout in the first inning, and then a ground ball to third base.
Rajai has been busy there over at third base. Had a ground ball to him in each of the last 3 innings here. Again, what's so difficult about this infield here at Freeman Field, is that it's grass dirt, and with the difficult weather here in the Ithaca, upstate New York area, makes things a little bit harder to have that clean infield hop. To add on to that, Hamilton also plays on an all-turf field too, so they're used to some nice clean hops.
The pitch to Nick Kutaya is a strike there, 0-1. That ground ball there by Fabian was to third baseman Adam Wijaya, who fired over to first to Gavin Schaeferhood, and there is ball 1-1 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch to Kudia is once again a ball down middle of the plate, 2-1.
Kudia's hit the ball hard both times up to the plate today, including back in the second, out to center field.
Next pitch to Kudia is a ground ball back to the middle shortstop, and he cannot handle it, and Kudia is going to reach first base on an error by shortstop Ethan Hersat.
And that's a rare error from this Hamilton defense. They came into today just make that 17 errors on the year. And we just talked about the tough infield dirt. This was a high chopper off the bat of Kutaya that hit off the lip of that infield grass, then took a tricky hop, unpredictable hop off the chest of Harris, and he could not field it cleanly.
Bombers have a man on first now. Look for a steal here, as the Bombers do like to run. There's the pitch right in there for a strike, 0-1. Bombers have stolen 2 bases so far in this game, reaching the last 7 times in their bat. Tyler takes his time now on the mound. Not used to what we're seeing there from Bell, who's a very fast-paced pitcher. There's a try and pick-off move there to first base, but Kudia arrives back in there safely.
Decent move from Tyler over there to first base. Again, probably not showing off his best pick-over move to first on his first attempt. So that's something the Bombers will have to be cautious of because, again, Tyler to the southpaw has base runners at first right in front of him.
The pitch to Peterson is a ground ball to second base. Steps on second. Only going to get 1 play. That was Matt Kine stepping on second to get the lead runner, Nick Kudia, but Connor Peterson will reach first base safely on a fielder's choice.
Not sure if this ball hit off the pitcher Tyler or just hopped up off the mound, but this was hit fairly hard, then slowed once it got past that mound. And the second baseman Kine had to beat a foot race between Kutaya and himself to the second base bag. Had to jump up in the air as he almost tripped over Kutaya, who was sliding, but was able to pick up the 4-6 fielder's choice.
Next up for the Bombers is Ethan Rothstein, who flied out to right field and grounded to 6-4, fielder's choice that will play in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. Tyler looks to first, then looks right back in, looks back to first, thinking about what to move. He's kind of stalling on the mound here, but there's a step out by Rothstein, and we're not sure what Tyler was doing there. He was deciding whether to go to first or to home. Took too much time, and Rothstein just stepped out.
Yeah, taking a very long time. The next pitch sails upstairs, excuse me, Cam. But yeah, taking a very long time right there. Long hold trying to mix up that timing. And it caused Rothstein to call time as he was right in his delivery.
And that's one thing that can mess up both a pitcher and a hitter, as you saw right there on the fastball that went up to Rothstein. There's another pitch down and away, and the steal. Peterson's going to arrive in there safely as catcher Greg Kopp cannot get the throw in time.
That's the third stolen base tonight from this Bombers base running crew. First for Peterson, his fourth on the year, got a really good jump, and the throw from Kopp was not in time. Not a bad throw, however, just about ankle high to the second baseman, and Keene, who was covering the second base bag. But now he's in scoring position here with 2 down.
Tyler looks into the play, looks back to second, and fires home. That pitch is up and away. There's another walk to Rothstein. 2 guys on, first and second.
Yeah, and it's a tough break here for Tyler. First of all, has been very aggressive so far, quality strikes, and then gets the ground ball off the bat of Kutaya, which is not fielded cleanly by Harris, and then a difficult break with the ball off the bat of Peterson, where Matt Kine had a difficult time getting to the second base bag. If that play is made by the shortstop in Harris, they're likely out of this inning, but now we have the pitching coach for Hamilton coming out to the mound with runners on first and second with 2 down, and the ball hasn't even left the infield yet, Cam.
Yeah, and now we're seeing a pitching visit by the pitching coach for Hamilton College, trying to calm Tyler down and trying to get some out here just to calm him down, get those pitches over the plate, and be confident in his fielders that they can make a play. Although that one error was a tough hop, those things can add up again. It's those little things in baseball that can kind of bite you as you go through a game, as the umpire takes a look and sees, checks out if everything is okay. Everything is. It looks like we're going to get another at bat here by Riley Brody, who has been pretty fantastic in this game. Has reached base 2 times in his last 2 at bats. Had a double in the bottom of the second and a walk to score in the bottom of the 4th.
And if you're Tyler right here, you have to attack the zone here against Brody. You have a right-handed hitter in the top of the order up against Mike Donovan. So you got to get this out right here and not let Ithaca flip over that lineup for the 4th time.
The pitch to Brody is a ground ball to first. Oh, what a play by Gavin Schaeferhood. He flips to the bag to Tyler for the last out of the inning. A really nice diving play there by Schaeferhood to get the out.
What a play that was. Ranging to his right, in between hop off the cut of the infield grass, slid to his feet, reached up, made this catch just about head high, and then with a lot of plays, took some time and casually flipped to the pitcher and Tyler like it wasn't that fancy at all. 10 inning. That saves a run right there, Cam.
Absolutely. The Bombers left once again 2 runners on base, first and second. Those are, 5 runners that left on base so far in this game. It could easily be a higher score right now against the runners on base that do really matter, and it's kind of costing the Bombers here.
No doubt about that one. It looks like Garrett Bell is coming out for his 6th inning of work as well.
Yeah, we saw some pitchers warming up there in the bullpen. We're going to stay right here on VIC as the Bombers do take the field and get ready for the next inning, which is the top of the 6th. Garrett Bell is once again coming out. He's had a phenomenal game thus far, striking out 5 on some beautiful pitches, not letting too many people get on base. Only has walked 1 or 2 hits thus far and 2 runs, but overall shutting down a Hamilton lineup.
No doubt about it. And if I'm in this Hamilton dugout right now, I am making that Schaeferhood play right there to end that inning and to save a run. Trying to turn it into a catalyst to help this Hamilton offense get back into this game. As we mentioned, it's just a 4-run deficit. It may feel like much more than that just because of the explosive second inning, but Hamilton has a chance to get back in this game, and it looks like there is some action in the Ithaca bullpen as we speak. As soon as they can get Garrett Bell out of this game, Hamilton has a huge chance. Again, just 2 hits. Bell has been able to induce the swing and miss a lot in this one, and it's not necessarily like Hamilton's making bad swing decisions right here. It's just that the breaking ball is incredibly sharp. He's mixing it up well, changing eye levels, and they have not been able to find the solution to it, though, so far.
Yeah, again, seeing those eye levels have been a key part of this game. We've seen Garrett Bell do it, mixing in those fastballs, the curveball, and some of the other breaking balls as well as the cutter and the changeup to really kind of mess up the timing of Hamilton hitters, as we're going to have the top of the order here with Phil Bernstein, Ethan Hersat, and Brady Slinger up to bat. Here's Phil Bernstein. Phil Bernstein grounded out in his first at-bat, and the first struck out in the 3rd, as this is his 3rd at-bat of the game that's fouled back 0-1.
And for Bell, this is the deepest he's gone to a ball game this year. Just about 2 1/3 was his top this year. Made 4 starts last year, was able to get through 5+ twice, already through 5 tonight.
Pitch down away in the dirt, 1-1. Nice scoop there by Gilmer Road catcher. He has blocked pretty much every single play, or every single pitch that has been in the dirt so far. The pitch is swung on and driven to deep left center field. Back at the wall. It's going to go off the wall. Phil Bernstein hustles into second with a stand-up double, as it was Brady Slinger firing it in from left center field. That's Phil Bernstein's first hit of the night, and Hamilton has a runner on second.
Really good piece of hitting right here by Bernstein. Not trying to do too much. Looks like a breaking ball out the other way towards left center. The wind's blowing in that direction. As this one got over the head of the left fielder, Louis Fabo, quite quickly. Hopped off the base of the wall. Again, just missed a home run out there to left center field, just underneath the 358 sign in the left center field alley. So leadoff base runner, this is what you're looking for if you're Hamilton right now. Just trying to chip away. You still have 4 innings left in this ball game to try and generate 4+ runs.
Next up is Ethan Harrisat, the shortstop, number 11, as the pitch to Harrisat is in there. Breaking ball, strike one right over the heart of the plate. Again, Bell starting off with the starts some at bats off with the fastball, but mixes it up time and time again with some of those breaking balls to start out. It's 0-1 to Harrisat here in the top of the 6th. Runner on second. That's Phil Bernstein on the double, as the pitch to Harrisat is fouled right back at us. A little lower. We couldn't catch it. 0-2.
That one was coming in with a little bit of mustard on it right there. I don't think my bare hand would have been able to handle that one. But talking about Bell right here, 3rd time through the order we saw. 1st time through was really attacking with that fastball. 2nd time through, breaking ball. Now he's going to have to get a little bit more creative here, mixing up on both ends.
Bell looks in. He fires it home, and a beautiful pitch, breaking ball down on the dirt, strike 3. Ethan Harrisat strikes out for the first time tonight. He's 0 for 3 on the day.
I believe that was a slider right there. A lot more lateral movement. That's the 6th strikeout for Bell this evening. Again, a weak, flailing swing and a miss from Harris right there. That was twirling towards the left-hander's batter's box, and Harris went after it, and that's how dominant that pitch is, as it plays so well off of that fastball.
Next up for Hamilton, is Brady Slinger. He's reached base one time and scored on one of the 2 runs for Hamilton back in the 4th inning. Bell looks in. Bernstein on second. He leads off with Connor Peterson covering him closely. Bell looks back to shortstop, but eventually fires home as there's a pitch driven to center field, and it's going to drop past Mike Nauta. He chases out. Phil Bernstein is coming around to score as Brady Slinger reaches second with a double, the 2nd double of the inning. And Hamilton's kind of climbing right back in this game. It's 6-3.
2nd RBI double for Slinger as well. I love the approach from these left-handed hitters from Hamilton in this inning. Again, sticking to left center field. This was a hard line drive. At first, I thought Nana had a chance, was going full sprint, more of a direct route to it instead of trying to come around it. Good news for the Bombers is it got past him. There's a thicker outfield grass, so it slowed up a bit, which of course limited Slinger to the double. But now, a 3-run game. Here we go with 1 down, and Maxwell at the plate.
We've got a ball game here at Freeman Field. It's 6-3 here in the top of the 6th as the pitch to
make that Tyler now because the pitcher spot is up.
Henry Tyler. The pitchers are hitting. I think it does have a DH in that spot, but Henry Tyler will hit as he's a left-handed pitcher. It's 1-0 as there's a foul ball back on the 3rd base side. 1-1.
So here's a situation to inherit right here if you're Tyler right now, down by 3, trying to help yourself out, coming off the bench essentially to face a hard-throwing right-hander and Bell with a vicious breaking ball. Not envious of him right now.
That pitch to Tyler was a strike. Fastball right down the plate. It's 1-2. It's Brady Slinger leading off second. Peterson holding him closer to the bag. Bell looks back, checks on the runner, looks back in, and is about to fire home. The pitch is down in the dirt, the breaking ball. Nice block there once again by Marode. It's 2-2.
Marode's been a brick wall back there, and if you're Garrett Bell right now, the ability to throw that breaking ball in the dirt with that downward tilt confidently is huge, because if you're not confident with your catcher right there, that takes away a pitch from you.
The pitch is fouled off on the right side. Still 2-2. Yeah, and you said, Max, the catcher is a main part of the Bomber defense. They're blocking every single pitch and not letting any single pitch down to the backstop, as that eventually could also have a runner 90 feet away from scoring, and could increase the Hamilton comeback. As that pitch is softly fouled off into the dugout. It's still 2-2.
Steady diet of breaking balls from Bell here with 2 strikes to Tyler. We'll see if he comes back, tries to speed him up with a fastball.
Tyler is staying alive. They're putting up a really good at-bat. against Bell. They've had a couple of good at-bats so far in this game, and so far has worked out for them as there still is a runner on second in Slinger. The pitch is swung on and missed a high fastball. Strike 3 to Tyler. 2 outs.
Another weak swing and a miss, three-quarters hack right there. Pulling out the sword was Bell against Tyler. Again, breaking ball, then fastball up out of the zone. Those two pitches play so well off of each other because one pitch is going to stay upstairs and straight. The other one's going to drop in, and after Tyler saw so many of those drop, he had then anticipated that fastball to drop, but it ultimately didn't. Chases it up well out of the zone for strike 3.
It's Greg Kopp now who steps up to the plate, the catcher, number 5. He hit a ground ball to shortstop in the second inning and struck out. In the fourth, there's a ground ball right back up the middle to Peterson. He collects, fires to first to end the inning. Hamilton can only get 1 run in the inning on 2 doubles, one by Phil Bernstein and the other by Brady Slinger. It's 6-3. We'll be right back here on your Bomber Radio Network.
It's been a long day, so why not take this...
Good looks, guys.
Tune in for a variety of folk music every Friday, 10 to 11 p.m., right here on VIC Radio.
At VIC, the voice of it. College.
All right, guys, can you hear me?
Diversity and
all right, cool. Just 17 minutes in this PSA, then the bed, and I'll count you in.
We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and the victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We have heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it, Cam.
Welcome back to Freeman Field on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It is about between 55 and 60 degrees here on the South Hill as the Bombers do lead Hamilton College 6-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. We're going to get the top of the order coming up with Mike Nutter, Lewis Fabro, and Buzz Shirley. Max, what have you seen so far from this Bombers offense?
Being very aggressive, taking advantage of mistakes here from this Hamilton team. Not necessarily on the defensive side of things. While we did see the error that allowed Kutai to reach and come around to score on the sacrifice fly, I do think it's more of mistakes over the heart of the plate. We saw the home run from Fabo, the home run from Shirley, back-to-back.
Tyler's still going to be on the mound for the Continentals here as he's in his second inning of work, striking out the side there. Not strike out the side there, but limiting the Bombers to only 1 run in the fourth and 0 runs in the fifth. Stepping up to the plate right now is Mike Nutter. As you said, Max, it's the Bombers offense that is really putting on the pressure here and taking those swings as much as they can to get on base and not leave any runners on base. Although they did leave 2 runners and could not score a run there in the bottom half of the 5th inning as Mike Nutter steps up to the plate.
And it looks like we do have a new pitcher on the mound for Hamilton. It's going to be right-hander Henry Bohm out of McLean, Virginia.
The pitch by Bone to Nutter is good for a ball. That pitch looked a little bit high, kind of a breaking ball cutter there, or changeup. Ball 1.
And we'll see if this Bombers offense is a little bit more patient as the next pitch cruises in for a strike, just because they're late in this game, up by 3, maybe just trying to put more pressure on this Hamilton relief corps.
Bone looks in as the next pitch to Nutter is a ball just missed. That looked kind of mid-high, maybe a little bit outside, but that pitch will be good for a ball. It's 2-1 to Nutter.
And Nutta's infield single back in the 4th inning was huge for Ithaca, allowed them to keep that line moving and generate another run. That was an infield single to second.
High fastball there to Nutter. Once again, it is 3-1. Nutter pretty much in control of this at bat, and he is in full control with his counts, the hitter's count right now, 3-1. The pitch to Nutter is swung on, and a nice pick by second baseman, fires over to first. That's Matt Kine to get Nutter out at first.
Hamilton really flashing the wet leather the last couple of plays here. Kine, this is a difficult one. A top spinning one hopper that he speared on a hop ranging towards his left. Once he fielded it cleanly, he had plenty of time, even though Nutter runs very well. But again, this one a little bit more awkward because it just has that spin, as it was looked like it was ticketed for right field, but he was able to pick it cleanly.
That was a nice little ground there and pick there by Kine there at second, as in steps Lewis Fabro, who almost went deep in his last at bat. He takes the ball 1-0 inside.
Yeah, 2 for 3 so far tonight with that 3-run home run back in the second as well.
The pitch to Fabo hits him in the helmet. It looks like it hit his cheek, and Fabo is down. That pitch was a fastball up and in. That did not look good.
It does not look good, and he's still on the ground right now in the right-hander's batter's box. Looks like Dave Valicente, as well as the team trainer, is coming out to talk to him. Not what you want to see happen to anyone. Again, Bohm rushing it up there with his fastball. You just got to hope that it at least maybe hit the earpiece of that helmet. Didn't catch as much skin, as he's still on his 2 knees right now.
The trainer's coming out there with Ithaca. Really hope he's not bleeding or really anything serious, as this could lead to some serious head injuries like a concussion, which you really don't want to see, as Fabo is a major power hitter for this Bombers team. Once again, going deep back in the second inning on a 3-run homer, as Fabo gets up and is holding that towel to his cheek, but it looks like he will be substituted in for, as that is a big loss for the Bomber, but he's walking off on his own power, which is a good sign for Fabo.
Good to see him walking off on his own power, and I think if you're the Bombers as a whole, you're not necessarily focusing on the loss of the lineup, but the fact that you could be losing a key player moving forward here, and you just have to hope he's okay. Again, a fastball inside. Looks like they were trying to brush it in just a little bit far in, just because he's pulled so many balls today, and that one got out of the hand of Bohm.
The fastball was up and in, and that is something as a hitter that is definitely scary. That's one thing that you do not hope for at the plate, as we hope that Fabo is okay, and we're going to get a pinch runner and a substitute in here for Fabo. It's going to be number 14, Colin Shashadi.
That's right, the sophomore this year, a Park student as well, I believe, so we'd love to see that. Gotta hope that Fabo is okay, however, as it looks like he's back in the third base dugout right now.
It's definitely a good sign to see. As you mentioned, is a Park major, has some speed, as pretty much this entire Bombers team does, and so he'll take a lead off first with Buzz Shirley coming up to the plate. The pitch to Shirley, just about to come in. And it's going to be a fastball up and away, 1-0.
So now for the Bombers right now, just trying to reset. Obviously, it's hard not to keep your teammate in the back of your mind, but with Hamilton creeping back into this game, they got to do everything they can to extend that lead again.
The pitch to Shirley is taken for a ground ball right back up the middle and through for a base hit. Shashasti is rounding second. He's going to third as Buzz Shirley moves his runner over 2 bases. He's in there with a base hit.
Good effort from the shortstop in Harvest as he was ranging towards his left, full-out layout as he tried to stop that ball from going into center field. It was just a couple of inches out of his reach, so now Shirley continues to have productive at-bat after productive at-bat. The home run, the sac fly, and now a single to center to set up a first and third spot for Gilmer Road.
Bone having some trouble here in the bottom of the 6th inning, hitting a batter and collecting the first out of the inning, but hitting a batter and letting up have 2 base hits. Up for the Bombers is now Gil Marode, as the pitch just misses for a ball, like a fastball, maybe a little bit inside there. 1-0. Marode had a single back in the first, a ground out in the second, and a fly out to second base in his last at bat. The pitch to Marode is inside, as Marode kind of moved out of the way there, 2-0.
Something to keep an eye on as well, Cam, is the third baseman with Jai is playing well in front of the third base bag, or at least was for the prior 2 pitches. That cuts down his range. If Marode hits a hard ground ball in his direction, likely going to get past him and through into left field for an RBI base hit.
And it looks like the corners are playing in, as the pitch to Marode is in there for a strike, but the Continentals do not want another runner to score.
Yeah, and the reason why they're drawing at least the third baseman, and the first baseman is Schaeferwitz holding the runner on at first, but they're drawing Rajai in to cut that runner down the plate in the case that Shashady goes on the contact play.
Well, they'll try to pick off there was Bone, who tried to pick off Shashasti there, but he got back there with plenty of time in there safely. Still runners on the corners, first and second. Shashady at first, and I believe there's a high fly ball driven to left field. It looks like it will stay in the park, and it is caught there by left fielder Brady Slinger, tagging his third base runner, and the Bombers are up 7-3.
I'll tell you, Gil Moreau just missed that one right there. A skyscraping fly ball almost touched the clouds above us here at Freeman Field. Slinger was able to make this catch, and with ease, Shashady was able to come around to score as this ball was plenty deep. So an RBI for Moreau, that's 13th of the year. So now a 4-run lead for Ithaca.
Nice piece of contact there by Moreau. Yes, he did just miss that indeed. But Bombers do get a run out of it. Stepping up to the plate now is Fabian, who struck out in his first at-bat and grounded out to third baseman in his last at-bat, as there's a foul ball right back behind the screen towards where we are standing right now. That's the third one today. It is 0-1.
We're 0 for 3 today, Cam. It's not looking good.
I really want to catch a ball up here. You know, there have been some foul balls with the wind especially blowing. Does not help, but some foul balls will be some nice to catch at the next pitch too. Fabian is driven to right field. It looks like that will stay in the park as it will be caught for the last out of the inning. Bombers score one on a sacrifice fly to center field by Gil Moreau. Shashady came in to score from third, and it is 7-3 Bombers as we go into the top of the seventh.
I'll take FM Alternatives for 1,000.
This indie alternative radio station provides listeners with the best of what's next.
What is VIC Radio?
That is correct.
At VIC, the voice of
20 seconds left in this PSA, then the bed. Is that okay with you guys?
we are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of
You guys can hear me, right?
and racial injustice.
All right, cool. 8 seconds.
We've heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it.
Welcome back here to Freedom Field as the Bombers lead the Hamilton Continentals 7-3 here in the top of the seventh. Garrett Bell is still on the mound for the Bombers, likely to go 7 strong here. Pitched 6 strong innings so far, only allowing 4 hits and 1 walk on the night. Fantastic start for Bell.
And I got to give Bell a lot of credit, and it's really interesting to see how much trust that Dave Valicente has given his right-hander, and I think Bell has deserved all of it tonight. Of course, striking out 7 batters thus far, has allowed just 3 runs. Again, one of those runs on a questionable foul ball call, or I should say a fair ball call. And for Garrett Bell moving forward now, we may see some more consideration for him to get some starts in the latter end of this, or in the back end of this season, I should say. Remember, he had just made 4 relief appearances this year, 13 outings in 2021, just 4 of those starts. So we're really seeing a different type of Garrett Bell today. And with his stuff, if he could get through the lineup 3-4 times, that is a huge piece for the Bombers moving forward.
Absolutely. Gilmore has been fantastic, as you said, Max, switching up those speeds and kind of working with those different type of pitches that he has, as it's going to be number 16, Gavin Schaeferhood, coming up to the plate. Schaeferhood takes a pitch as a strike. It's 0-1. That was right down the pipe. As Garrett Bell starts the inning strong once again, 0-1. Next pitch to Schaeferhood. A strike as well. That looked a little bit up and in there, but the umpire did call it for a strike. It's 0-2. Bell again once having a really strong outing, only allowing 4 hits, as the next pitch to Schaeferhood is grounded to shortstop Peterson. He fires to first for the first out of the inning. 3 pitches, 1 out.
And the thing to notice here for Bell, especially making that transition from being a reliever to a starter, is just how you're going to use your pitches differently, how you're going to call a game differently. And I'm sure he's had discussions with Gil Moreau and Dave Valicente, who is a longtime catcher, played professional baseball as a catcher as well, trying to mix up your repertoire a little bit. So the first pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1, 0-1, make that outside ball 1-1-0. And when you become a reliever, you can rely on that fastball a little bit more. But now that he's facing the line multiple times, he has to mix things up.
That first pitch was a ball up and in, as the next pitch is fouled right back behind the screen, 1-1. Still 1 out here at Freeman Field here in the top of the seventh, as that next pitch is in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. A fastball in there for strike 2. It's 1-2.
Moreau doing a tremendous job receiving that pitch right there. Was about shin height, brought it back up the zone, sticking underneath it. Tremendous stuff.
The next pitch is outside on looked like a changeup or a cutter outside there, 2-2. Bell, we're seeing a lot of different pitches from him, mixing up his pitches, using his fastball as the pitch is flied in foul territory, and Buzz Shirley, could not make the play as that one hit the bleachers, and we'll do it again.
I'm telling you, Buzz Shirley wants to make a Superman catch jumping to the stands. The second time we've seen him climb that wall. Hopefully he gets one this season here at Freeman Field, especially this last year. Let's see him making a Derek Jeter-esque type play.
Shirley definitely wants to flash that leather, as the Continentals have been doing all game, as that pitch is down in the dirt for a full count, 3-2 to Matt Kine. Kine steps in as the pitch to him is just a ball. That one looked pretty good from up here, as Kine will reach first base for his first time tonight.
Second walk surrendered by Bell tonight. Really good at-bat by Kine, battling, was able to work the count full, and then takes a borderline pitch right there, maybe an inch or two off the outside corner with a fastball. That drives the pitch count up for Bell as we continue to see a right-hander warm up in the Ithaca bullpen.
Bell is also a right-hander, yes, as the pitch to now Adam Rajaya is down in the dirt. Another great block there by Monroe to keep the runner at first, 1-0.
Tremendous work by Gilmore Road, sliding to his right on a breaking ball, thrown about 55 feet into the dirt, was able to keep it in front of him and hold Schaefer Wood at first base. Make that Kine.
Bell takes a look over to first to try and pick off Kine, but Kine slides in there safely with plenty of time. Bell gets in his windup, and the pitch is once again down over the middle of the plate for 2-0.
It's something to talk about Moreau, just to continue to praise how he's been behind the plate today, is the fact that no one has ran on him thus far. He's thrown out essentially almost every base run you could think of this year.
That pitch is grounded to third base, over to second for one, over to first, not in time, as Shirley had a hop for that one, as that was a high throw from second baseman Riley Brody, Tried to turn two, was Ethan Rothstein over at third, fired to second, but could not get the double play over at first. It was a high throw.
Quick turn and transition from Brody over to Shirley at first base, but Wajaya runs very well. This was a quick one-hopper to Rothstein, who fielded it on a friendly hop towards his chest, but just could not turn it quickly enough. 5-4 fielder's choice.
Second to the plate now for the Continental, Jack Eshelman. He struck out in his only at-bat. He struck out in his last two at-bats, one in the fifth. As the first pitch to Eshelman is a ball and just takes another one as a strike, swing and a miss.
So the count now even at one here with two down. Wouldn't be surprised if Bell just tries to attack the strike zone with that heater. Again, up by 4, just trying to get through those 7 innings.
Wajaya over at first. He slides in. That is Wajaya over at first as he slides in safely on the pickoff move by Bell. Bell holds the glove close to his face, ball behind his back. In his right hand, another pickoff move. Try and get Wajaya over there, keep him close, but Wajaya arrives to first safely.
And if Eshelman's able to reach here, he's the 9-0 hitter with the leadoff hitter and Bernstein on deck. We'll see if he keeps Bell in this game, talking about Coach Valicente.
The pitch to Eshelman is swung on and missed, as that was a pitch low in the zone. Strike 2, 1-2. Count 2 outs here in the top of the 7th here at Freeman Field. Bombers are up 7-3 with 9 hits on the night. Adam Wajira is over at first. He leads off as Gareth Bell looks in, and the pitch is outside and away. That was a breaking ball. 2-2.
I like that pitch right there. Try to get him to bail out and chase a pitch down and away from him. We've seen the majority of his strikeouts today talking about Bell from a breaking ball running down away to right-handers.
Bell gets set once again. This fast momentum is fouled on the pitch. That was Eshelman fouled it off kind of right in front of the plate. It looks like the ball may have either hit the plate or hit right in front of it and went right back up to hit him. But as a foul ball will do, a 2-2 count over again.
Awkward swing right there, but that's changing the size of the plate by Bell, going with the breaking ball down the way, then a heater inside really caught Eshelman off guard.
And the pitch to Eshelman is swung on and missed a beautiful,
looks like a foul tip.
That was a foul tip, good call there, Max. That was a foul tip just off the tip of the bat, and Eshelman will step in there for another try. Again, Wajira over at first. He reached on the fielder's choice as the Bombers could not turn a double play, as it was a ground ball to Ethan Rothstein, and it was second baseman Riley Brody who could not make the play. Bell there looking to get, I believe, another ball, or he threw over at first as Adam Wajira once again arrives in there safely. That's his third pickoff move in this at-bat, as the pitch is swung on and missed a beautiful breaking ball, by Bell to break out the side of Jack Eshelman. That's the second strikeout of the day. 7-3 here at Freeman Field as we go into the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back.
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?
Yeah, I saw. Thank you.
Is Bell gonna go in 8th?
Stay with me. I spend all my time on the purpose.
Hey, want to listen to all these tunes and more? Tune in to Marble Soda every Wednesday from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. on VIC Radio.
Nice try 2 times, how you miss it?
At VIC, the voice of the college, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you. We support you. We must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take it, Cam.
Back here at Freeman Field, I'm Cam Gassmer alongside Max Tanzer at 7-3. Bombers lead here going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Bombers have 9 hits on the night compared to Hamilton's 5. Garrett Bell has gone 7 strong innings. We're not sure if he's going to go an 8, as it's David Galvao, who's warming up in the Ithaca bullpen. He's the right-handed pitcher. May sub in for Garrett Bell, who's gone once again 7 strong innings. Max, what have we seen from Garrett Bell tonight that just looks outstanding to me?
Just tremendous stuff. Picks up the quality start, assuming that his night's over, going 7 innings, 3 earned runs. He's picked up 8 strikeouts. That breaking ball's been wicked. It looks like he's mixing in both a curveball and a slider. He's been able to change eye levels. He's been able to command both pitches on both sides of the plate. Those Hamilton hitters just have not looked comfortable at all tonight, besides maybe that 6th inning where we saw a couple of hard-hit extra base hits. Speaking to Galvao, this is a tall right-hander right here, standing at 6'5", out of Yorktown Heights, New York here. The Bombers, the rule, just trying to add on as much as you can, especially with the potentiality about leaving this game. You don't want to give Hamilton any chance to get back into this.
We're still going to see Bohm here on the mound for the Continentals. It's going to be a 2nd inning of work, as it is 7-3 once again here at Freeman Field. Stepping up to the plate is Nick Kutaya for his 4th at-bat of the night. The pitch to Kutaya is in there for a strike on the outer half of the plate. Fastball in there, 0-1.
Kutaya looking to get off the schneid tonight, Cam. 0 for 3, reached on that E6 back in the 5th. Was able to come around to score.
Bohm looks in, and the pitch to Kutaya is swung on, as it looks like it was out in front of that. Fly ball to shortstop, and it will be out number 1. That was shortstop Ethan Harris making the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. So far, Kutaya is 0 for 4 on the night with that last fly ball off the short. And coming up next is Kyle Peterson, who's had a pretty good game so far with a double in the 2nd inning, a single in the 3rd, and a fielder's choice reaching first base in the 6th. First pitch to Peterson is down and away, 1-0.
And it's the bottom of the lineup for the Bombers so far. They've been very productive. We've seen the double from Brody. Wonk stole the base. He's in the 9th spot. Rothstein reached base. Peterson has 2 hits. Really good stuff from the bottom 3rd.
Pitch to Peterson is rocked down the left field sideline, or foul pole, and we'll go foul 1-0, or 1-1.
Just a little bit out in front right there. Did barrel it up. Had some top spin as it hooked foul, but got to feel good for Peterson barreling that one up. Has barreled up a couple of balls today. We'll see. Maybe he gets bumped up in the lineup a little bit after hitting the ball hard a couple times today.
Peterson was out in front of that pitch as that pitch looked inside, whereas Nick Kutaya was stretched out for his last pitch, which resulted in a lousy fly ball to the shortstop, as that pitch is a ball down and away, 2-1. Peterson again up for his 4th at-bat of the night, having a 2 for 4 day so far. Peterson hits that one to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. That's his 3rd hit of the night, and he will round first and stay there, as quickly getting the ball in is Jack Eshelman out there and right. Another single for Peterson.
And from a freshman right here, this is a tremendous at-bat. We saw him out in front, hook that line drive down the left field line and foul, and really makes an adjustment trying to sit back and just serves a soft line drive into right field for a base hit. If I have Dave Valicente, well, you can't necessarily quantify that in his score, but that is something I'm looking out for. You got to tip your cap to Peterson, who now has 3 hits as well.
Absolutely. Again, he's only a freshman, making a big name for himself, and as a presence on this lineup in order to get a spot on the starting lineup. It's Ethan Buckley as well, warming up in the bullpen for the Bombers, as it does seem like it's going to be Garrett Bell's last inning. 7 innings, so far, as Peterson leads off first on a base hit to right field. The pitch to Rothstein is grounded softly to 3rd, over to 1st, gets gets Rothstein over at first, but Peterson moves up to second as that was a ground ball that was hit a little too softly to go for a double play.
Very nice play by Wajai, showing off a lot of athleticism, charged this ball aggressively, fielded it on the run, threw a sidearm throw over to first base across his body. It was a strike to the first baseman in Schaeferhood, and as you mentioned, slow developing play. They were never going to turn over at first base, Peterson over at first base. So that pushes Peterson into scoring position now, and a chance for Brody to drive in a run.
Again, this is the 6th Bomber run in scoring position. They left 2 on in the first and another 2 on in the 4th. Let's see if they can get this run home in Peterson as the pitch hits Riley Brody. That's the 2nd batter hit by pitch in this game so far, as Luis Fabio got hit in the head. He seems to be okay in the Bomber dugout. Last inning, Riley Brody gets hit kind of right in the ribs here in the bottom of the 7th. He reaches first, runners on first and second.
And the kryptonite for Hamilton tonight has been the bottom of this Ithaca lineup, which has really done a good job of passing the torch up to the top half of the order. Again, Brody now reaching 3 times, Rothstein reaching twice, Peterson reaching 3 times. Huge stuff to allow the top of the order to drive in those runs, the bottom lineup being the table setters. That's a big reason why Ithaca has this 4-1 lead.
Right back up the top of the order we go as Mike Nana steps to the plate. It's 1-0 count to him with 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Brody on first, who just got hit by a pitch, and Peterson, who reached on a fielder's choice. Peterson on second, Brody at first. That last pitch to Nana, it was a ball, 2-0. Again, Bohm here for the Continentals is having a little bit of trouble, as you said, Max, with this bottom half of lineup here for the Bombers, as that pitch is middle up, 3-0.
And now he has to face a very daunting top half. Now Garnered, Favo is out, and Shashady is in for his spot after leaving the game after the hit by pitch. He's have Shirley, Moreau due up afterwards as well.
So still some power bats left in this Bombers lineup, as we've pretty much seen this entire lineup can't hit, as the pitch to Nada is ball 4. That was a 4-pitch walk, and he reached base for his 4th time tonight.
So here comes Colin Shashady, who already has a grand slam on the year out to right center back a couple weeks ago. Again, he's an underclassman. He's getting an opportunity here after the Fabo injury make that. Let's see him take advantage of this spot right here with the bases loaded and 2 down. Again, a homer and 8 RBIs. He's slugging .600 on the year in 25 at-bats.
That is bases loaded. Connor Peterson at third. Brody at second, and Nada reached on first on just a walk, as that pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Shashady probably taking all the way right there after the 4-pitch walk to Nada. I actually like that Dalveo mixed in a breaking ball as well there too after struggling with the command on his heater.
Bohm looks in heavily as he is set to pitch, which will be middle up. After trying to calm him down a little bit, tell him to calm those nerves, get the pitch over the plate, and let's get this last out of the inning.
Yeah, that fastball really getting away from Galveo so far. That one up out of the zone, just like the 4 that he pitched to Nada, which resulted in the walk. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes back with that breaking ball right here to Shashady.
And the pitch is down and away. Good block there by Kopp to keep it in front of him and keep that runner at third.
There was that breaking ball running down and away, down in the dirt. And again, a big block by Kopp to keep the runner at third base.
Galveo looks in. He steps off the mound and tries to re-get the sign there from Kopp. He didn't like what the sign was or what the pitch was, but it looks like he is set now and ready to go. Bases loaded here as the pitch to Shashady is in there for a strike, 2-2.
Quality pitch, quality location right there from Galveo. Fastball, outer third of the plate, knee high. Not much Shashady could do right there. Now he's going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Bombers have 10 hits on the day so far, getting a 5-run second inning to put them up here 7-3 in the bottom of the 7th, as that pitch is rocked to right field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Peterson scores easily. Coming around second is Brody. He will also score standing up. Moving over to third is Nada. He'll be in there as Shashady gets himself a 2 RBI double. Beautiful piece of hitting there.
How about that, Colin Shashady? RBIs 9 in 10 for him on the year. This kid loves to hit with the bases loaded. Hard line drive to right field. Perfect 2-strike approach. And again, the throw coming into third base. 2 runs were able to score with ease. And now it's a 6-run lead for Ithaca with 2 innings left in this game. If you're Dave Valicente and the rest of this Bombers crew, you have to feel mighty comfortable moving forward here as they're just 6 outs away from picking up the win.
Absolutely, and it looks like Garrett Bell's night is done as Ethan Buckley in the bullpen is pretty much finished warming up as that pitch is in there for a ball. 1-0 with 2 outs here, and almost bases clearing double there by Shady as Mike Nauta moved over to third. Gaveo looks in, and the pitch is swung on and a ground ball under the glove there of the second baseman. That goes into right field. Matt Kine coming home to score is Nauta. He will score easily, a base hit for Buzz Shirley, and that will bring in the 11th run of the Bombers' afternoon.
And not only a base hit for Buzz Shirley, that's his 3rd of the night. He has also driven in now 5 runs. The solo home run, the sac fly, make that 4 runs, and then the 2-run single here. He's now driven in 11 runs on the season as the Bombers continue to blow open the floodgates, now an 8-run lead.
Stepping up now is Gil Murat, who's also been phenomenal behind the plate. 1 for 4, though, on night with a sacrifice fly, scoring the 7th run for the Bombers as that pitch to Murat was in there for a ball, 1-0. Bombers getting a lot of two-out hits here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As they always say, it's those 2-out hits that can potentially win you the game.
Yeah, I think things really started to struggle after the hit by pitch to Brody, which then led to the walk to Nauta. Of course, traffic on the base paths, pitches under high pressure always makes things more difficult. But Galveo was able to get a couple quick outs early on and then really has faltered with his command since.
2-0. To Murat as that pitch is fouled off on the right side and out of play. We'll do it again, 2-1.
Murat has already driven in a run tonight, had the sac fly back in the 6th to left field, and Cam, he just missed that one right there. So, got to imagine he'd love to barrel up another ball, pick up a base hit, and keep this line moving for the Bombers.
It looked like he took a little bit of time to swing that bat. It looked like he was behind the pitch. I know that pitch was middle in, and you usually want to be in front of the pitch as the pitch to Murat there is in there for a strike on the inner half of the plate, 2-2.
Bringing it back with the bender. It looks like Murat got buckled a little bit right there, leaning back as it crossed over the inner edge.
Gaveo looks in. Glove on his right hip as leading off first is Shirley on a base hit. And that's a ground ball over to third base, firing over to first. That will do for the inning. But the Bombers score 4 on 2 base hits and 1 error to lead 11-3 as we go into the bottom of the 8th here at Freeman Field.
Pop open a bottle of Marble Soda with me, DJ Leo AM, as I play what's best of hyperpop, Japanese math rock, video game soundtracks, and much, much more. Every Wednesday from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. on VIC Radio.
Nice try 2 times, how you miss like...
It's important to make sure your family has a plan in case of an emergency.
There's 25 seconds left in this PSA, then the sports bed.
They were not together when something happened.
If a natural disaster happened when we were outside the home, we would all meet at the park. That's our meeting point.
I'm in place at our neighbor's house because she is my mom's good friend.
We all have a meeting.
10 seconds.
A bus stop. Is your plan any better? To learn more about making an emergency plan for your family, go to ready.gov. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Ad Council.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cam, take it.
Welcome back to Freeman Field as the Bombers lead the Hamilton Continentals 11-3 here in the top of the 8th. Garrett Bell pitched a phenomenal 7 innings, only allowing 3 runs on 1 walk and 6 strikeouts, 3 of them consecutively going into the early half of this game, but once again another phenomenal outing there by Garrett Bell.
Really good stuff. One, he was efficient, getting through innings quickly. That fastball and breaking ball duo was just tremendous. Was able to turn it into 8 strikeouts. Now the Bombers are going to toss things off to Ethan Buckley, who's been tremendous out of relief this year. This will be his 7th relief appearance. 3.12 ERA, has allowed just 3 runs and 8 2/3 of an innings work. Struck out 7 batters to 4 walks in that span. Opponents just hitting a meager .219 against him this year as he looks to get what will likely be the final 6 outs of this ball game.
Coming up to the bat for the Continentals is the top of the order in Phil Bernstein, Ethan Harris, and Brady Slinger, who plays left field. It's Bernstein out in center, and Ethan Hurst at shortstop. Bernstein hit a double in the last inning to get the 1-1 across for the Continentals as they're down by 8 runs to 11-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Bernstein steps to the plate, and Ethan Buckley holds his glove close to his chest as he looks in to give this first pitch, which goes in for a ball. just up and in.
So those Ithaca bats have been great tonight, Cam. We got our Quab chart report from sports director Matt Sossler here. We'll try to give you guys all of the info. Plenty of good stuff from the Bombers, as you can imagine.
Next pitch to Bernstein was middle up, for ball 2-0.
First time through the order, 6 of the 9 hitters. Quality at bat. Second time, 5 out of 9. Third time, 5 out of 9. Fourth time, 6 out of 9. Dave Valicente has to be smiling right now.
Pitch in there for a strike, 2-1 to Bernstein, who hit a mighty double back in the top of the 7th to get 1 run across for the Continentals. Still 11-3 as the next pitch to Bernstein is bunted and a foul ball. Bunted foul, that drops in. Strike 2. You got to work with the strategy there. Personally, I thought it was 2-2. I thought it was going to be out, but it did turn out to be 2-1. Now it's 2-2, but you got to work with the strategy there.
Ethan Rothstein, the third baseman, was shifting him a little bit towards short and back behind the bag, so I imagine he was just trying to steal a base hit right there. He continues to play in that spot right now. With 2 strikes, of course, he's definitely not going to attempt it again, but if he were able to bunt it past the pitcher in that direction, it likely would have been a base hit.
The pitch from Buckley into Bernstein is down and in for ball 3, a full count to Bernstein. He controlled the count for pretty much his entire at-bat, but allowed 2 pitches to get away from him, 1 called strike and 1 bunted foul, as the full count pitch to Bernstein is in there and is fouled back once again. We'll do a 3-2 count once more.
And if you're this Hamilton offense, you're used to seeing Garrett Bell this entire game through 7 innings, essentially through the first 4 times through this lineup for Hamilton. Make that 3 times, and now you get a little bit of a different look, not as hard of a fastball. Curious to see what other breaking and off-speed pitches that Buckley mixes in here.
The 3-2 pitch coming in from Buckley just right now. Goes behind him. I thought it looked like it maybe hit his back pocket or hit his right ankle, and Bernstein will take first. That was ball 4, but it did hit him, so he will take first base and a runner on for the Continentals.
Yeah, and for Buckley, we mentioned, has walked 4 batters this year, so command has not been an issue in the past, struggled with this first plate appearance. It's also the first batter he's hit this season. And again, when you have a comfortable 8-run lead here, not only an opportunity for Buckley to work on some things, but a low-pressure situation, so hopefully he can command the strikes and a little bit attack these Hamilton hitters a little bit more, who have been struggling a lot today, only 5 hits.
Ethan Harris steps up to the plate. Now he's the shortstop for the Continentals. He has grounded out in the first inning, a walk, and scored there in the 4th, and struck out once again in the 6th as he takes a pitch for a ball, 1-0. Bernstein leads off first, reaching base for the 2nd time tonight, and a pitch to Harrisat is fouled off Gilmore pad, 1-1.
And it looks like we do have a new catcher back there, in fact, for the Bombers. We'll get you that in just a moment here. But with such a large lead here for Ithaca, again, trying to get some other guys some chances. That's Ben Landis behind the plate now for the Bombers. This will be his 8th game of the year. Just 1 start for him behind the plate. Again, for Gilmore Road, he's a stalwart back there. Has now played in all 20 of the games this season for Ithaca behind the plate, which is exactly what you want, and it allows Dave Valicente to be confident to keep that bat in the lineup as well.
Exactly, and the Bombers do have a big enough lead where they can substitute in players that normally do not get enough playing time, as that pitch is in there for a strike. His pickup move to try and get Phil Bernstein over at first, but he slid in safely with plenty of time. 1-2 count here to Harris, who can reach base one time in this game, as a throw back over to first does not get Phil Bernstein. He slides in safely over at first. Attempted pickoff move there by the new catcher Ben Landis, but Bernstein has enough speed to get back in there as safely at first.
I like the aggression right there with the snapper to first base. Again, trying to make a name for himself. That hasn't gotten as many opportunities this season.
Buckley pitches down in the dirt. Nice block there by Landis to hold Bernstein over at first. 3-2 count. Once again, another full count.
Absolutely, and it looks like that Buckley are struggling to command that breaking ball here early on, so Hamilton likely looking to attack the heater when they can get it.
3-2 pitch is driven into right center field. That is going to be caught by right fielder Matt Fabian for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and there was a fastball at the top of the zone. Good piece off the bat of Ethan Harris right there. Again, attacking that fastball with 2 strikes, but unfortunately right at Fabian and right.
Nice piece of contact there by Harris to try and move the runner over, but it was right at Fabian for the first out of the inning. Stepping up now for the Continentals is Bone, who will once again hit in that pitcher spot.
And taking a look at how this will impact Ithaca in the standings, of course, this is a non-conference game overall. In fact, all of the Liberty League teams in the Western Division here in the LL are playing non-league games, so really no impact there. But for Ithaca, they have a big 3-game weekend series coming up against Bard. Again, trying to take advantage of a Bard team that has struggled just a little bit this year. A 2-4 start for them.
Correction, stepping up to the plate right now is Brady Slinger, the left fielder. He takes a pitch down and in. It's 2-0 count as there was a pickoff move to get Bernstein, but he slid in safely once again. Next pitch is once again inside and down, 3-0. Buckley having a little bit of trouble here locating his pitches, getting some fastballs either down in or up and away, but he's having some trouble locating his pitches.
No doubt about it. It looks like they're starting to get someone warmed up down in the Ithaca bullpen once again as Buzz Shirley goes over to the mound to talk to his right-hander, and again, likely that to allow some time for that pitcher to get warmed up. But again, I think the message to Buckley is you have an 8-run lead. You don't need to overpitch right here. Again, just try to attack the strike zone. Let these Hamilton hitters put it in play. The Ithaca defense has been very good tonight, and you got to continue that run here.
That pitch gets in that first strike. That looked like middle up, but just caught enough of the plate and the strike zone in for the first strike of the at-bat, 3-1. Again, Slinger is still in control with a 3-1 count as the next pitch to him almost hits him and is down in a way as Bernstein hustles to second, but is not going to go anywhere as Landis got to it quickly. But Slinger is going to reach first on a walk.
So yeah, now it'll be first and second, one down. As looks like Dave Valcente is now coming out to the bump. That's right-hander Brett Budzak warming up for Ithaca currently. And again, this meeting likely to burn some time for him to get heated up. Budzak has a save this year, 1.5 ERA and 6 innings of work. But Valcente retreats back to the dugout right here. So he's going to give Buckley as much of a chance as he can right here. Again, that's the luxury when you have a lead of this caliber.
2 runners on. It's Bernstein over at second and Slinger at first. Hairstop flied out to right field as that meeting was fairly quickly on the mound. Buckley looks like he might be settled down a little bit. Nerves might be a little bit high, but again, having some trouble locating those pitches as the pitch is once again high and in to Tyler. 1-0.
Just looks like he's overthrowing his fastball right now. Again, we've seen it struggle now with the fastball and the breaking ball, which actually makes it pretty unpredictable for Hamilton at the plate. Wouldn't be surprised if they take it until they get a strike.
Next pitch just missed the plate. It looked like an inside fastball, 2-0.
Good adjustment right there from Buckley. That one about hip high. Just looks like it was a little bit in off the edge. The catcher and Landis had to reach across his body a little bit, which may have affected the call.
There's a high foul ball way outside the park. It might land on the football field. That one went way over our heads and over the bleachers over here. And that was a foul ball. That was a long foul ball, too.
Might have gone through the uprights right there for 3 more points. You know Hamilton can use 3 more right here.
Yeah, they're down by 8-11-3 here in the top of the 8th as that pitch hits Tyler right within the elbow and in the back as bases are going to be loaded for the Continentals, and Dave Valcente is coming out on the mound. This was not the move that he wanted to make so quickly, with Buckley only not even going an inning.
No doubt about it, Cam. And it looks like he was missing with that fastball inside and both high. He's now hit 2 batters in this inning, which loads the bases up for Hamilton, and that's why they're going to go to their right-hander, Brett Budzak, who, again, has pitched in high-leverage situations this year. A little bit uncharacteristic from Buckley, who, again, had only just walked 4 batters, hadn't hit a batter this year as well. Just an off day for him.
Yeah, and again, Dave Valcente did not want to. He really wanted to stretch Buckley as far as he could to try and close this one out here with 2 innings pitched, but Buckley could not even get out of the 8th inning. He hit 2 batters, bases are loaded, and he gave up, I believe, a base hit into right center field.
He did, and Hamilton, again, you're not out of this game. There's no clock in baseball. You have 5 outs to work with to produce 8 runs right here. The good news for them is they have Greg Kopp coming to the plate due up against Budzak, who's a left-handed hitter, 1 against the righty, and Budzak also has put up fantastic numbers, hitting .424 this year with a home run, 8 RBIs. He also looking to get off the schneid, 0 for 3 today with a couple of groundouts to short and a strikeout. It looks like the Bombers also, Cam, continuing to have a couple of right-handers tossed down there in the pen as well. Again, just trying to prepare as much as they can if this game does get out of hand.
Yeah, let's hope for the Bombers right here. They can kind of get out of this inning, get out of this bases loaded jam with little to no runs coming across the plate here. But, what do the Bombers have to do in order to close this out and ensure that they don't let this lead escape from them?
Throw strikes. That's it. Letting the Hamilton offense put it in play. The defense has been stout tonight. These guys have good stuff. Bud Zach has put up good numbers this season. If you can get ahead of these counts, get towards the bottom of this Hamilton order, and let them put the ball in play, they should be in good shape. Again, the majority of the runs that have come around to score tonight for Hamilton have been via the walks and the hit-by pitches, and now there's another threatening situation here for Ithaca.
Yeah, and we mentioned pretty much throughout this broadcast is the little things in baseball that really matter. It's the errors that do add up, the walks add up, and going back to Garrett Bell, he didn't allow anyone, only just one. And he only allowed, I believe it was 3 hits on the night, but his bullpen, not so much letting him down as much as he had a phenomenal start. And they did get into a bases loaded jam here. Let's see if the Bombers can get out of it with Budzak on the mound trying to close out this game here, pitching the next 2 innings. Stepping up to the plate now is Greg Kopp, who is 0 for 2 on the night with a ground ball shortstop and a strikeout, as that pitch is up and in for ball 1.
Budzak from the suburbs of Chicago taking the trip up here to Ithaca. One of the many long-traveled Ithaca baseball players here.
Another ball that just missed a little over the plate there, but out of the strike zone as it was a little high in the zone. It's 2-0.
I'm just looking through this roster right now. We got a lot of New York, New Jersey guys, 1 Pennsylvania. Colorado's the farthest I've seen so far.
That pitch was a strike down the middle to Kopp, 2-1.
Florida as well. They took that trip down to Florida.
Ground ball, stepping on third, to get that out. It fires over to first and the scoop by Shirley to get the double play. Beautiful play there by third baseman Ethan Rothstein to step on third, firing it over to first to Shirley, who got the beautiful pick to get the double play and get the Bombers out of the inning with no runs scored. We'll be right back here at Freeman Field on your Bomber Radio Network.
Want to be the first to hear the best of what's next? Tune in every Tuesday at 7 for the new music show right here on VIC Radio, the voice of Ithaca College.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize diversity and inclusion. We are working to ensure that more voices are heard. We support and will continue to support the Black Lives Matter movement and victims of police brutality and racial injustice. We've heard you, we support you, we must advocate for change. Black Lives Matter.
All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cam, you take it.
Back here at Freeman Field, the Bombers escaped a bases-loaded jam with a beautiful play from Ethan Rothstein stepping on third, firing over to Buzz Shirley, who made a even better scoop at first base to get Greg Kopp, who grounded over to third. 11-3 here into the bottom of the 8th. Max, what is it for the Bombers to secure this win?
Just keep throwing strikes, like I said earlier, get an 8-run lead. I love that play. You got to love the 5-3 untraditional double play. But Budzak doing exactly what the doctor. Those strikes allowed them to put it in play and have that inning end, as it looks like we have a new pitcher on the mound in Jack Eshelman coming back in. He was in right field earlier tonight, so he's going to be getting some innings here on the bump as he looks to cross this path off to the 9th inning.
Yeah, Eshelman not playing right field, kind of testing his arm out, as usually you don't see somebody in right field coming in to pitch towards the latter half of the game, but he's going to get some innings here as that ball is in the dirt.
And my thought here is that Burns is just trying not to burn any more arms here for the rest of the weekend. And obviously your right fielders always have a good arm out there, so we'll see if he has a good heater to show off to this Ithaca offense.
Warm-ups look pretty good so far as firing some decent pitches in there, getting them over the plate, except for one that hit the dirt, as it looks like we're going to have
Jack Griffin taking over in right field as well as Eshelman moves to the mound.
Looks like we're going to have Ben Landis up to bat first for the Bombers, and it's going to be Fabian and Kutaya. Excuse me, it's going to be Fabian leading off, Kutaya, and then Peterson. 3 straight. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 as that pitch is driven into center field, and that's going to be caught for the first out by Bernstein. 1 pitch, 1 out here for the Continentals, as the first out is recorded for Hamilton.
And I think the Bombers are going to be quite aggressive here again, just trying to get to that top of the 9th inning, up by 8. Plenty of cushion for them right here.
They've got an 8-run lead here, escaping the bases loaded jam last inning, as we mentioned. 11-3 here in the bottom of the 8th, as the Bombers scored a 5-run inning as Colin Feeney is stepping up to the plate in for Nick Kutaya. Feeney takes the pitch. It is low for ball 1.
So we've talked about the 2 freshmen in Kutaya and Peterson. Another first-year student here in Feeney getting an opportunity.
And I like the strategy here by Valicente. They're up by a decent amount as that pitch is taken outside for ball 2. But Valicente definitely getting in some of the players that normally don't get as much playing time or make the starting lineup towards the beginning of the game. But again, you have to see some of the younger guys getting some time. As that pitch is a little high there, and outside 3-0.
And something to keep in mind, too, is for a guy like Feeney, who's a freshman, these opportunities mean the world. Of course, we have an 8-run lead for the Bombers right now. For the grand scheme of things, not a high-pressure situation, but this is his opportunity to show what he's got.
Next pitch is taken for ball 4, just outside and a little bit high, as Feeney is on the shorter end of the height spectrum there, as that pitch did look good, but is taken for ball 4. He reaches first on a walk. Bombers have a runner on first, 1 out. Stepping up to the plate now is Nick Kutaya. So that's Connor Peterson. Feeney subbed in for Kutaya, who's going to be who's the DH, but Connor Peterson is up next, who plays short. Has some great plays there in the field, and also some big at-bats here, going 3 for 5 on the day, as that pitch is going to drop right in front of second base, and it's going to die right there. As Peterson reached first for the 4th time tonight, and Feeney is going to move up to second.
Well, quality at-bat after quality at-bat for Connor Peterson. Again, sticking with that right side approach right here. Looked like he got blown up a little bit on a pitch inside-out swing. Flared it over the second, right at the first baseman and Schaefer Hood's head. The second baseman and Keene was ranging up the middle, so no chance for him to get it, which of course sets up this first and second spot. Now 4 hits on the day for him, 4 for 5 for the first-year shortstop.
Ethan Rothstein stepped up to the plate for his 5th at-bat of the night. There's a ground out to third base in his last at-bat as that pitch is taken for a strike on the outer half of the plate, 0-1. Runners on first and second is going to be Feeney at second and Peterson at first with a ball that basically just died on the short outfield grass. Pitch is swung on and missed there by Rothstein. It's 0-2.
Good fastball from the latter right fielder in Eshelman right there. We talked about right fielders having a good arm. That one, you could see the dust pop off the catcher's glove of Kopp as it popped into his glove.
Rothstein is set. 0-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th as the pitch to Rothstein is fouled off here to the right side. We'll do it again, 0-2. That ball didn't exactly hit the football field here, just short, but Rothstein will keep fighting for another pitch. Here 0-2. 2 runners on here for the Bombers, 11-3 in the bottom of the 8th. As the pitch to Rothstein is way upstairs, 1-2.
In the 9th inning, Hamilton will send up 6, 7, and 8 in their orders. They look to pull off what would be a miraculous comeback, but we've seen it before in baseball.
You know, as they say, it's never over till the fat lady sings, as that ball is fouled off right to the backstop. 1-2 count still.
I mean, if you go over just a couple miles to our right now in Cornell, their baseball team had quite a game the last weekend, coming back from a 9-2 deficit after a couple of big bases loaded base hits. So Hamilton, you never know.
And the Big Red hit a walk-off hit to win it 2-1 in, I believe, game 1 of a doubleheader against Yale over the weekend, as that pitch is once again fouled off to the left side on third base line. Still 1-2.
Good play from Dave Valicente right there. He mentioned the former pro catcher. Perfect mechanics, getting down, fielding it with 2 hands.
It's all about the fundamentals, there, Max.
They can put him on the field right now. He should suit up and play some third base next inning.
Hey, it's 11-3. We know why not. As Rothstein is once again set in the box, as he will drive a pitch out to right center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Coming around second is Peterson. He will score. Feeney will also come around third and score standing up. It is now 13-3 Bombers on a beautiful hit all the way to the wall, and a double is Ethan Rothstein.
Well, Rothstein picks up his first hit of the night. It's driven in, and now RBIs 7 and 8 on the year. Got to feel good, and this was a pretty explosive swing right there. Gave this one a ride to the alley the other way in right center field. This Ithaca team continues to show some opposite field pop.
Bombers are up now by 10. It is 13-3. Bombers recording 14 hits on the night compared to the Continentals' 5. Again, Garrett Bell pitching a phenomenal 7-inning strong as that pitch into Brody is taken for a strike 0-1 as Rothstein is at second. Takes a nice little leadoff. Is pretty comfortable there as is not too worried about getting picked off, but still is pretty cautious. Rothstein leads off second as Brody gets his second pitch, and that is down in the dirt, landing in front of the plate, 1-1.
Top of the order on deck for Ithaca as well, and Mike Nada.
Bombers putting up some great at-bats here. Driving the ball, pulling the ball. Wherever the pitch is located, they're not forcing it anywhere, but they're able to drive in some of those runs. As the next pitch to Brody is outside and low, 2-1.
For Rothstein, too, that breaks an 0-for-7 skid, so that's got to feel good. Did reach base, walked back in the 5th inning, but hopefully that can spark something for the Ithaca 8-hole bat.
Looking in is Eshelman, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Brody, 2-2. A big swing there by Brody, trying to pretty much launch that one over the fence there on a big hack, and just ended up missing on a fastball right over the heart of the plate. Eshelman looks back to second to check on the runner in Rothstein and fires it in, hitting the dirt, and there's a nice block there by the catcher. I believe Greg Kopp. Nice block there to keep it in front of him and not let Rothstein advance to third. 3-2 full count.
Looks like we're seeing a pinch hitter on deck as well for Nada as we continue to see the substitutions, and I believe that is David Cifadelli.
And there's a pitch driven to deep center field. Back is Bernstein. He will make the catch on the run, tagging and going to third is Rothstein. And that was a sacrifice fly, moving Rothstein over to third by Riley Brody. He launched that one to center field.
Gave that one a ride, and remember we talked about the deep dimensions here at Freeman Field, 405 feet to right center field. Pretty athletic play by Bernstein in center field, had to cover a lot of ground, efficient route, was able to make that catch. And then, of course, moving to third on the play goes Rothstein. So for the pinch hitter now and David Cifanelli, a chance to drive in a run.
Yes, Cifanelli is, again, another player that doesn't get as much playing time, not making the lineup a lot of times for the Bombers here, but he has a chance to shine and to pretty much make this an 11-point game, driving in Rothstein from third, who just advanced on a sacrifice fly ball to center field from Brody. Set is Eshelman, and the pitch is in there for a strike middle fastball on 1.
Another left-handed hitter as well. A lot of left-handed bats in this Ithaca lineup. For Cifanelli on the year, hitting .235 and 17 at-bats.
Eshelman gets set and fires one in, but it's low and hits the dirt. A nice block once again by Kopp behind the plate. 1-1.
Slugging .353 and on-base clip of .381. Good for an OPS of .734 for the junior left-hander.
Eshelman is set once again, and the pitch is on a check swing, but it's still taken for a ball, 2-1. That's a high fastball.
No doubt about it, and the appeal to second said he did not go, so advantage to him right here. Let's see if he can get something to drive, take advantage of the runner 90 feet away.
Eshelman taking his time, kind of stepping off the mound there, but is now finally set. Has his glove on his chest and is about to fire in. He does right now, and that pitch is just in there for a strike, kind of at the knees there, a little bit inside cutter. From Eshelman, it's going to be a 2-2 count.
Good bender right there, inside corner, knee high.
Again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Bombers scoring 2 runs on a double by Ethan Rothstein as he is at third, and that's going to by Eshelman to end the inning. 13-3 here at Freeman Fields. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Bombers have 14 hits, according to Hamilton's 5. We'll be right back here on your Bomber Radio Network.
Is your playlist getting old? Want to catch up with your favorite new artists? Or do you just need a music redo? Tune in to the New Music Show, Tuesdays at 7, to learn more about what makes up the best of what's next. Hear DJ T delve into the station's newest sounds with interviews from the artists featured on the stations. Only on VIC Radio, the voice of Ithaca College.
As the midterms roll by and the tests and quizzes pile up by the day, you feel like you're a little in over your head? Consider finding yourself a free tutor in the ithaca.edu/tutoring page online, getting yourself matched up with someone in whatever classes you need, and working out times that fit around your schedule so that you can focus on your schoolwork.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it, Cam.
Welcome back to Freeman Field, first of the ninth inning. Bombers, it's been their story today, 13-3 lead as they are 3 outs away from their first win here at Freeman Field in 2022. It'll be their 15th win of the year as well. Now joined by Rocco DiMilo. Rocco, you're on pre and post today. We're getting you in here in the ninth inning. What have you seen so far from this Ithaca team?
I mean, I've just seen this Ithaca team just having a lot of fun out here. I mean, you know, they're just having a lot of fun. They're doing what they have to do. They're getting the win, and you know that's how you have to just come out, win every game, no matter what. And here we go for the first pitch of the top of the ninth inning.
Brett Budzak out for his second inning of work. His first pitch is a fastball that's taken upstairs for ball 1-0. Gavin Schaeferwood at the plate for 3 today, a strikeout and a couple of groundouts. As Budzak delivers, the next pitch is up and in, buzzes across the towers of Schaeferwood to the backstop, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Your Lions score so far tonight: 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Hamilton, 13 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Bombers. 2-0, change up, runs outside, ball 3. 3-0, again, a couple of defensive changes for Ithaca. Landis now behind the plate. Colin Shashady subbed into left field for Fabo a couple innings earlier. So the next pitch is taken up and away for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Schaeferwood starts things off here in the top of the ninth inning. C. Finale in center field now in replacement of Mike Nada. Again with a 10-run lead, Dave Valicente giving some bench guys some opportunities.
Yeah, it's good to see Coach Valicente giving those guys opportunities. You know, when you have that comfortable 13-3 lead, leading by 10 runs, you know, it's good to see how Coach Valicente is just having all that trust being put into his guys who don't normally get out. So the guys that normally don't get out and they're out there right now, they must be feeling good.
Absolutely, Rocco. And this Ithaca offense has just been explosive this year, continue to be supported by their stat lines today. Second in the Liberty Leagues in runs scored, just behind Skidmore in 163. Tied for first in hits with 233. In fact, they actually hold the lead there. Tied for fourth with stolen bases at 35 as the first pitch on the way to Matt Kine is swung on and bounced straight back. Strike 1, 0-1. Second on base at a 429 clip. First in slugging at a 496 clip. Got to imagine those numbers took quite the boost today with the 13-run performance they pieced together. Budzak from the first base side settles at the chest. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball taken down low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And if you could tell the story today, not just the offense, but the wind, it's been aiding that offense. It's been making things difficult for us up here in the booth. Thousands of papers flying around. But it's well worth it with the offensive performance we've seen from Ithaca today.
We've had to do some paper fetching here.
We have. Next pitch from Budzak, slide step and a fastball fouled straight back for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. After Kine, it'll be Adam Wijaya and then Jack Eshelman. Again, bottom third of the lineup here for Hamilton as they're down to their final 3 outs. Schaeferwood, who walked on 4 pitches, takes his lead from first. The 1-2 is a breaking ball that misses up and away, ball 2. 2-2. No one warming up at the Ithaca bullpen, so this is Budzak's inning to finish. Again, he picked up the save in one of last weekend's wins against St. Lawrence University. Ithaca took that series 2-3. 2-2, swinging a pop up the left side. Shashady ranging towards his left in the foul ground. He'll reach up and slide. He can't make the catch as it rolls off his knee towards the track for a foul ball. 2-2 holds.
Well, that's a good effort there by Shashady. Trying to read that play. That was a pop fly into left field. Going into foul territory, trying to get that out. The first out of the inning at the top of the ninth. I mean, that was a good run by Shashady, but, you know, when you're just that out far, sometimes it's hit or miss, whether you could get it or whether you cannot, but overall, just good effort by Shashady.
Speaking more to that offense, quality at-bat percentage for Ithaca of 65% today, which really speaks to the numbers we've seen on the scoreboard. The 2-2 is slashed foul off to the left side, out of play again. Count will hold at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moving forward, Rocco, for Ithaca, they'll have a 3-game series against Bard as they continue Liberty League play. Again, just a little bit of pivot here today in a non-league matchup for their home opener here at Freeman Field. Budzak kicks and delivers the 2-2, swinging a bounding ball to short. Peterson rages towards his right, dives, gets to his feet, throws across his body to first. It's not in time. Would have been a heck of a play by Connor Peterson, ranging towards his right, sliding to his feet, got up to his feet, and threw off his heels, but it was not in time to retire. Keene, who runs well. So it'll be an infield single for him, first and second. Nobody out here for Hamilton.
It's just a good effort there by Peterson. Good to read the play. Unfortunately, he couldn't just get the ball in time. Good again in complete control. But nonetheless, guys on second and first base here as the next pitcher coming up.
Here's Adam Wajaya. First and second, nobody out, 13-3 Ithaca. First pitch is a fastball knee-high outside corner for strike one. 0-1 the count. Ithaca so far this year in Liberty League play, they're 3-2 overall, 2-1 in the Western Division. Of course, this game won't count for that. Barred in the Eastern Division, so that will not count for their conference, make that division standings record this weekend, as the next pitch is a breaking ball that runs outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. But Zach leans for the sign, ball dangling in his right hand glove, tucked into his chest. He now brings the two together. 1-1, swing and a pop at first base side. This will slice out a play for strike two. 1-2, something that Bud Zach will have to watch out for. Came set quite quickly right there. According to the umpires, did pause long enough, but again, with such a lead right here, maybe being a little bit more lenient. Either way, Bud Zach ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still looking for his first punch out. Again, inherited a bases loaded spot with 1 down in the 8th and was able to induce a 5-3 double play ball on just a handful of pitches. Here's his 1-2. Fastball. Misses upstairs, ball 2. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wajaya, one of 4 captains on this Hamilton team, along with Gavin Schaeferwood, Brady Slinger, and Phil Bernstein. Bud Zach from the stretch lifts and delivers the 2-2. Swinging a line drive center field. That's through for a base hit. Heading for third is Schaeferwood. He'll get the stop side as the ball gets away from Cifanelli in center field. Here comes Schaeferwood to score. Keene meanwhile moves into third. Right behind him is Wajaya into second. That'll put run number 4 on the board for Hamilton. Will be an E8 on Cifanelli in center field, who was just into the game. Tough break, as it's now a 9-run deficit for the Continentals.
Sometimes you just got to make that play there, trying to have to kind of control that ball, as we saw right there in the infield left side with Peterson just a couple plays ago. Same thing goes out in the outfield. Couldn't get that ball in time, and just like that, you have a 1-run score to make this a 9-point lead for the Bombers. Still leading by a lot, but still kind of have to capitalize on those kind of opportunities.
Here's Eshelman. First pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-0. That's the first error committed tonight from the Ithaca defense. They came into the day entering with 32. The next pitch is pounded in the ground to third. Off the glove of Rothstein. Ricochets towards his left. Recovers. Now pump fakes. He'll put it in his pocket as a run comes around to score. That's Keene to give run number 5 to Hamilton. It's now 13-5 as we now see a right-hander starting to warm up in the Ithaca bullpen. Back-to-back errors committed by the Ithaca defense. The first to Cifanelli, the center fielder, now to the third baseman, Ethan Rothstein. And that very likely could have been a double play ball that really could have helped out Bud Zach right there, Rocco.
Absolutely, and it's just that same kind of deal when when you're not really out there playing throughout the whole game. You go out late and you have that early lead. It's one of those things where you kind of just have to get yourself mentally prepared for times like those where you're going to get into the game later on in case you have a comfortable lead. And but unfortunately, the 2 errors, they just have to start capitalizing on and seeing what they can do to not have those kind of things happen again. They got to get more control of that ball.
First and third now, nobody out. That'll send up the top of the order and Phil Bernstein to the plate. First pitch, swinging a foul off his foot, rolls foul for strike 1. 0-1. I believe that's Matt Chase warming up in the bullpen here for Ithaca now. Chase so far this year, 4 appearances, 9 1/3. Bud Zach, of course, would love to just finish this game right now as the next pitch is taken, but time was called either way, so the pitch won't count. Second time we've seen that happen today. So 0-1. And now there seems to be some commotion here in the field. As again, Bud Zach dropped a breaking ball over the heart of the plate. Again, time was called by the home plate umpire, so he's not calling it. Both umpires are now going to meet. Dave Valcente, meanwhile, walking over from the third base dugout. I almost wonder if maybe a potential balk was called, too, because there was, at the last second, a lot of commotion from the Ithaca defense. But that would, if that's likely not the case, as both runners are currently holding, I think the discrepancy right here is on whether time was called or not. And if it was granted, again, runners at the corners, nobody out, 13-5, Ithaca your score. This call likely won't play too much of a role on the rest of this ball game, as it looks like they're going to call no pitch. Valcente still having a conversation as the umpire handling 1 ball, no strikes. He's talking to that third base dugout now as well, so everyone will retreat to their spots.
Yeah, that did spark a lot of confusion. I personally thought that it was going to be a clean pitch, that there was no time called, but you know, I like I said, I got confused as well, and I mean, I understand where Coach Valicente is coming from.
0-1, breaking ball, taking down away ball 1. 1-1, and late in the game here, obviously Budzak has struggled a little bit here with his command. The defense has struggled. They want every pitch they can. As the next pitch is a fastball in the outside corner, knee high for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that chase continues to heat up down in the pen down the third baseline for Ithaca. Budzak kicks and fires, the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, but it gets away from the catcher. Landis rolls to the backstop. Coming around to score is Keene. Heading for second is going to be Wijaya. Again, with first base already, or with a runner on first base, there was no opportunity for Bernstein to run over, so that'll be strikeout number 1 for Budzak on the night, out number 1. As Ithaca is now 2 outs away from the victory, 13-6 your score. Again, Landis tried to block this one. Looks like at 5, hold him off the edge of his glove. Could not get it down into the dirt in time. So now runner on second, 1 down, 3 runs in here in the top of the 9th inning. That brings up Ethan Harris, the shortstop, to the plate. Righty on right, Budzak's pitch, swinging a pop it right back at us. A little bit to our left. Strike 1. 0-1. I don't know where that ball went. I thought we were getting a souvenir right there.
I thought that was going to be our first souvenir of the night. We had a couple balls. Yeah, we had a couple balls come our way. But that was easily the closest one.
It was. 0-1 to Harris, breaking ball outside corner, strike 2. 0-2. I mean, Rocker, where's your glove? You know, we need you to play some defense out here for us.
That'd be good. I mean, next time I'll bring my glove. I'll remember this, and I'll remember to bring my glove the next time for sure.
0-2 the count. Pitch from Budzak, swinging a line drive through the middle of the diamond into center field for a base hit. Circling around third and coming around to score will be Eshelman to make it a 13-7 game, just like that. 4 runs here in the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be a 6-run deficit now. Harris picks up his first of the night, RBI number 14 on the year, sets up a runner on first, 1-out spot for Brady Slinger. Righty on left. Sun starting to set here on the south, though, just about 6:40 local time. It's the first pitch. Misses outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Slinger tonight, couple of doubles, couple of RBIs. He's now driven in 17 this year. So the 1-0 is taken down and in ball 2. 2-0. So your line score now, 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Here for Hamilton, 13 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors for Ithaca. Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way. Fastball sizzles across the underside of the plate for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Harris takes his lead from first base, likely not running with such a deficit. So the 2-1 is a strike on the inner edge, 2-2. Again, we'll have coverage of the 3-game series against Bard this weekend, so make sure to tune in to Ithaca College Radio. Will be a 3-game set against Bard. As Budzak settles and fires, the 2-2 misses up and in ball 3. 3-2. We'll be on our sister station in WICB. Game 1 will be on Saturday at 1 p.m. Make sure to tune in as the Bombers look to make some ground, gain some ground in Liberty League play as the next pitch is fouled straight back. Count will hold, and 3 balls and 2 strikes. 5 runs in the second, 1 in the 4th, 4 in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th for Ithaca on their line tonight. Budzak for the first base side, pauses at the chest. Here's his payoff again. Swing a soft ground ball right side. Keene Brody will field it, throw to first base. That is in time for out number 2. Slow developer right there. Again, likely no chance to turn 2, so Harris will cruise into second base. 2 down. The Bombers now an out away from picking up win number 15 on the year. The final hope will be Gudayo.
That last play there, Brody was debating on whether to throw it to second or to first over to Bus Shirley. He took that quick look second to his right, but saw that he was able to get it to first in much more time, better time, I should say.
Budzak's first pitch on the way is a fastball that sails upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Budzak having to throw a lot of pitches in this inning. 2 errors, the big exclamation point for Ithaca thus far in this frame. So the next pitch is an off-speed pitch taken down, away ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. If Hamilton could extend this inning, it's Greg Kopp, the catcher on deck, who would represent the 9th hitter of the inning. Hitters count here, 2-0. Pitch, fastball, misses upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, the count. Budzak working quickly. from the stretch. Here's his 3-0. Fastball, top of the zone, strike one. 3-1 the count. First pitch just about at 4 o'clock Eastern time here in Ithaca. So just about under 3 hours in this one as the 3-1 is slashed foul off to the left side, out of play, strike two. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Ithaca a strike away from the victory. Everybody playing back on the infield, outfield just about straight up. Harris takes his lead from second. 13-7, Ithaca at the top of the 9th inning. Budzak settles on 2 feet on the hill. He's set. He fires the 3-2. Breaking ball. Line foul off to the left side. Count sticks at 3-2. And Hamilton not going down without a fight here. 4 runs here in this top of the 9th. Battling with every plate appearance they've had the opportunity to take here. You got to wonder if this long inning makes Budzak unavailable for the weekend now.
Yeah, you almost wonder what Coach Valicente might have in mind in terms of his pitchers and how he's going to go about talking to, and consulting with Budzak going into the next game.
Payoff pitch on the way. Fastball taken down and in for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Surrendered by Budzak. That'll bring up the 9th man to the plate in this frame. And Greg Kopp, before he can get to face him, here comes Dave Valicente on the mound, and he will likely be taking the ball away from Budzak and going to his right-hander in Matt Chase. Valicente takes the slow walk, a look towards the bullpen down the left field line, takes the ball out of the right hand of Budzak, and that will be it for the Ithaca reliever this evening. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Matt Chase to inherit a 2-out spot and try to slam the door here on the South Hill. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, Ithaca an out away from victory number 15 here on VIC.
When the red flashing lights on a school bus come on and the stop sign comes out, you must stop. In New York State, you cannot move again until the red flashing lights go off and the stop sign is retracted, or until the driver or a traffic officer signals it is okay to pass. You must stop even on the opposite side of a divided highway. If you decide it's light and pass the stopped school bus, that's revoked. Is it really worth it? Always obey the school bus stopping law in your state.
Tune in to Mind the Gap, where DJ Red Light and I fight about our music.
Tune in 6.
This spud's about to go on. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it.
Field, Bombers and Hamilton College facing off. We're in the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs, runners on first and second. 13-7, Ithaca your score. Your pitcher on the mound for the Bombers is going to be the right-hander Matt Chase, out for his 5th outing of the year, 3rd in relief. 9 1/3 of an innings work so far this season. 10 strikeouts to 11 walks in that span. So command has been an issue. Command an issue for this Bombers bullpen thus far after what was a dominant performance, Rocco, from Garrett Bell, who struck out 8 batters through 7 innings of work, his first start of the year, which really kept Ithaca in this game, allowed them to break it open. Of course, Ithaca trying to slam the door right here. I mean, is Bell the biggest takeaway from this game for you?
Well, Bell's going to have to prove to himself and prove to Coach Valicente that he could really shut the door right here for this Bombers. You have 2 outs left at the top of the 9th inning, as you have 2 guys on base, and let's see how Bell could just respond to this and how he can try to just close the door for the Bombers here.
First pitch on the way to Greg Kopp is a fastball taken upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 strikes. You have Gudillo at first base now, Harris at second. 4 runs in here in the top of the 9th. As Chase settles at the belt, kicks and fires his 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 2. 2-0. Hard fastball from the right-hander in Chase, a junior this year. Climbs back onto the hill here, trying to put on the finishing touches onto what would be a great win here for Ithaca. 2-0. Swing and a high fly ball on the infield, make that a pop-up. The shortstop, Peterson, raging towards his right, now his left. He makes the grab with 2 hands. That'll do it here from Freeman Field. Matt Chase comes in, slams the door on just a handful of pitches as the Bombers win this in emphatic fashion. 13-7. The win goes to Garrett Bell, his 4th of the year after 7 stellar innings, striking out 8 batters, allowing just 3 runs. Big blasts from the Bombers and Louis Fabo, a 3-run shot, as well as Buzz Shirley. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to toss to our post-game show here on VIC. Once again, Ithaca wins it 13-7. They move to 15-5 on the year, while Hamilton falls to 9-9. Let's toss it to Blake Katzman and Rocco DeMille. They'll be back after this quick break here on VIC.
At VIC, the voice of Ithaca College, we prioritize